That's what it sounds like.
First stop to the next stop. Covering all your sports info. You step in and stand clear.
Let's go.
Don't stop. You got Super Dave, Coach Kirk, and Todd the Magnificent.
You're now tuned into Bars and Hoops Radio, where the world of hip hop and sports live.
Good afternoon, everybody. You on listening to the First Stop to the Next Stop, 4:30 to 6:30. We're gonna bring you all the world of sports that we can possibly talk about. I got next to me, I got the sports star Serge,
What's happening?
and on the other side we got
Slick the Relic,
I
the
want
living
you to say
fossil.
it because I wanted you to say it, man. I got wait.
Yo, Dave, man, where you at?
What do you mean where you at? I wanted you to say it.
Right, but you know,
Okay, well,
it's Dave. Where Dave at?
Dave ain't here.
Right. So before you start, today's show is called Three Old Men Talking Sports.
There you go. There you go.
First stop to the next stop is when Dave come back.
Yeah, that's dead. That's dead, man.
Okay, all
we
right.
got a new
I'll
title.
give y'all that. I'll
Yeah.
give y'all that.
It's a new title here. Man. There you go. So it's right on time. There you go. Yeah, we got a lot to talk about. A lot of stuff happened over the weekend. How was your weekend, man?
Good, good. I had a really good weekend. Before I say anything else, I just want to do two quick congratulations. One to my youngest grandson, Noah. His Golden State Warriors went to the second round, so he's happy. And the other one I mentioned to y'all during the weekend, my other grandson, he's a senior in high school. He won the Puma East Coast Invitational in Baltimore discus throwing. Came in first.
You did say that, yeah.
And that's his second straight tournament because he won the New York State one at Randall's Island about 3 weeks ago. So there's some schools looking at him.
That's
so
good, man.
He's doing good. Congratulations, Josiah.
to him, man. Congratulations.
That's what's up.
Yeah. More to come. More to come.
Yeah.
How about you, man?
Yeah, well, I had to bury a friend this weekend, Neek DeVille.
Oh, wow.
Rest in peace.
Shout out to Neek and his family, in Baltimore. It was a good, it was a good showing or whatever. Everybody did their thing there, and that was that. And on yesterday, we my other friend that passed around COVID, vice versa, we had a little celebration for him at a show end of the week. Put on a show there at Sugar Mouse, 10th Avenue and 10th Street and 3rd Avenue, East 10th Street. So it was surreal.
Good, man.
Nice.
I'm gonna give a shout out to our two other co-hosts, Todd, who's not feeling well
Yeah,
today,
feel better, T.
and Dave, who's on a dental assignment.
You too, Dave.
Right.
So
Don't
shout
forget-
out to both of y'all.
Don't forget G Money.
And G, I forgot about
Yeah,
G Money.
G-Money.
I thought he was gonna slip in here.
Let's see.
You never
Let's
know.
see.
But I know he went down south. He said he was going down
he's going
south.
down
Oh,
south.
okay.
So shout out to you, Greg, and everybody else listening to us. Once
Yep.
again, first stop to the next stop. We're going to talk about a variety of subjects in the world of sports, and y'all can jump in after 5. We're going to take some calls if y'all want to talk about anything, and we'll knock it off right now. So, man. So, did anybody see any of the fights over the weekend?
Unfortunately, I missed the fights because I wasn't home.
Okay. That's why you drove down to Baltimore?
Yeah, I drove down there.
Okay.
Yeah. It was a trip,
Okay.
especially when you're by yourself.
Oh, you did by yourself?
Yeah, I had to get some sleep the day before.
Right.
Started dozing off, almost getting there. So
4 hours, man.
Yeah, it ain't
actually, it was 2:40 in the morning. 2 hours and 40 minutes in the morning.
That's what time you left in the
It
morning?
was short.
What time you left?
I left
And
at
he dozed
I
off.
feel like 8, 9.
Oh,
Well, I dozed off.
you
I
had
didn't
more
doze
traffic, yeah.
off.
Oh.
I dozed. It was no traffic. I dozed off because I watched the games that night,
oh.
and I thought 6-7 hours was gonna be good. I was wrong.
For 2.5 hours?
Yeah, I was dozing, man.
You got amateur.
You would get you one of them 5-hour
No,
drinks.
well, somebody.
Yeah,
I got
you
somebody. I
amateur.
got somebody on the phone, and once she got on the phone, I was good.
You was good. Oh, wow. Yeah.
Wow.
I made it.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Oh, she gave you a pep talk.
That's right.
Oh, okay.
You could do it.
We'll
You
leave
could do
that
it.
at
Right,
we'll leave that
right.
as alone. Yeah, we'll leave that alone.
Yeah, so that's how that went.
Okay. But you didn't see none of the fight.
Nah, I didn't see none of the fight. I
You
didn't
ain't-
even look for the highlights. But I seen a photo of Garcia on the floor. So I'm like, oh snap, he got dropped.
Yeah, he got dropped. I didn't see the fight. I just saw, like I said, I saw the highlights because it came on early. Friday. Was it Friday, right?
I think it was Friday.
Yeah, because Canelo fight was Saturday.
Right.
Right,
I saw the Canelo
was
fight.
Saturday, right.
Canelo fight was born.
Right.
It was born.
Oh, you know what? I forgot the fight was Friday. That's what happened.
Right.
I thought all the fights was on Saturday.
Right.
That's how I found out about the Raleigh fight the next, I think I text you. I'm like, yo, I didn't know the fight.
Yeah, because it was
tonight.
Haney against.
Yeah, Haney too. Yeah.
Haney was the first fight, I believe, and then the Raleigh and
they had what you call it fought too though. Teofilo
Lopez, right?
was the first fight.
Right.
And he defended his title.
Okay.
Right.
And then Haney fought, and then Garcia was the last one.
Lopez, what weight class? He's lightweight.
He was in Tag, who did he fight?
No.
Did he fight Garcia? Tag, who did he
You
fight? He
gotta
fought
look.
somebody because I remember the dude
Yeah,
said
he
this.
fought one of them.
I remember him
Yeah.
saying there's different levels to this.
Yeah.
The dude said there's levels to this, and he knocked him out like in the third, fourth round. He knocked Tio out.
Okay.
I don't remember who it was though. I have to look it up.
But I
He
know
said there's levels to this, man.
the guy that Canelo fight. His last name was Skull, but he was Cuban.
Okay.
And I was
Okay.
sitting there. I was like, oh, okay. I never heard of him, but he was undefeated, and he's, running around the ring, and
Right.
But the fight was boring, man. I was like, this is garbage, man. What am I watching this for, man?
He's
So
like a light welterweight,
okay,
lightweight, light welterweight. Those are the titles he's had.
welterweight. Was
Right.
it? Welterweight's what? 147.
I guess.
Yeah, 147 is welterweight. I think middleweight is 155, I believe, or
Yeah.
165, something like that.
Yeah, I think it's 165.
Right? They got so many. They got
Yeah, they
junior
got so many.
welterweight,
Yeah.
and super middleweight, and
Super lightweight.
Yeah.
and- yeah.
They got so many weight classes.
right.
crazy.
And then so many.
There's only like
different divisions.
three or
Right.
4 pounds difference between
Right.
each one, which
Right.
is crazy.
It
but
is crazy.
It is what it is.
It gives guys more
more
chance
chance to say
for-
they're
for
champions,
titles, right.
Right.
and they got what, the IBF,
Because I was watching
WBA.
the one fight I did watch. Thankfully, it was the only good fight supposedly because I heard you
I
said
missed that
Canelo
too,
was
yeah.
no good. Was that kid Monster
I
Inoue
yeah.
from Japan? He was fighting some guy named Alvarez. Alvarez dropped him in the second round
Mhm.
with a left, and the announcers, what's his name? I think it's Tim Bradley.
Tim Bradley.
The other guy, they got all excited. You know how you got to hype the fight up.
Yeah.
Even though the guy got up and after that, he just totally dominated the rest of the fight. But they was like, yeah, but he could still get him with that one shot again. He never touched it. He never came close because that guy, he even said that he said after he hit him with that shot, he was looking for it. He knew what was coming.
Right.
And that was the only thing he was worried about. He wasn't worried about nothing else. And
Wow.
he just dominated that guy. So that fight was good because Lee had a lot of action. That kid, the Japanese, I've never seen him. He throw a lot of punches.
Mm.
He throw a lot of he threw a lot of power punches, and he's real quick with the jab. He undefeated,
Okay.
and he looked good. But it was funny at the end of the fight, he had like 6 belts on him.
Yeah.
Yeah, 6 different belts. So he must be a junior, a super, a light, or whatever, or featherweight, all that.
Mm.
He had every title in the world because he had all 6 of them. He's unanimous champion. But I don't know anybody else in that division, so I don't know who he's supposed to fight next. I saw a couple of cats that was ringside. They was looking like maybe they was in his division. They was talking, you know how they talk junk at the end of the fight,
Yeah.
like
I'm
next, I'm next,
Yeah.
that
Sign me
kind
up.
of thing.
Yeah.
But I don't know them like that. So
Yeah, the real look like featherweight, and those I don't know none of them guys, man.
yeah, but it's
None of-
ironic because that was the best fight of the weekend.
Mm.
Because they
Well,
said
they
Canelo
usually
fight was
action.
terrible.
Right, those guys
Yeah,
are
they throw a
usually
lot
action.
of throws. Yeah,
Yeah,
they
they-
throw a lot of blows.
Right.
And you find like
This guy's-
125.
Yeah, this guy's like 30-0 with 27 knockouts.
I hear that.
And that was only the second time he got knocked down. Like I said, he threw a lot of punches. I loved it because it was full of action. Even the other guy, he was taking punches. He was giving them too, but he just couldn't keep up with that guy. They call him Monster for a reason.
Right.
Okay.
Right. There's a few guys coming up. You gotta stay into the boxing realm to
Yeah,
know
but it's
who's
hard.
coming up.
It's hard to do it now. 'cause
Yeah,
these guys
yeah.
don't fight.
And they
like
not
the
all
old
Americans
timers.
neither.
They don't.
Right,
They
that's
don't.
the other thing. There's a lot of more foreigners that are
Right.
champions than they used to be. So that make it a little bit,
Mhm.
not that it should be any less interesting because they still champions, but it just
Right.
doesn't have, it don't capture
Don't
the
feel
thing
you because you're not
because
right.
the guys who should be fighting each other, they won't fight each other because they're
won't.
afraid of losing their undefeated
Right.
thing.
Right.
And it's
Which
all
to me
about
is-
money.
Yeah, and it's BS, right? And then if they do fight, one guy want more money than the other
Mhm.
guy. They don't
Right.
want to do a 50-50 split
Right.
for
Right.
some reason.
Right.
Come on now, y'all got to tighten that up.
When was the last that y'all can remember? The last U.S. heavyweight champion?
It was before Lennox Lewis, right?
Had to be.
Right. But Lennox Lewis was the heavyweight. I guess it was Evander. No.
Buster Douglas.
No. Shannon Briggs or
Shannon Briggs.
No, I'm trying to think who it was. It's what's her name?
What's his name?
The Bronze Bomber. Right?
Who was that?
I forgot his name now.
The guy that fought Fury.
Right.
That lost to Fury.
Right.
Who's that?
The guy that lost to Fury twice.
How did I forget his name already?
Man,
My
see, that's
memories
bad.
is
This-
not good.
Yeah.
No, it's not that. It's that nobody know these
No,
guys.
you know
You know him.
You
You
know
know
him.
him.
He got the
Remember, he came in the
he
fight.
got the power
He had all
right
that
hand.
gear on.
He got the power right hand. That's it.
He said all that gear made him slow.
Somebody go say
I
it
don't
in
know
the
who
chat.
that
Fury
is.
knocked him down.
Green, where you at?
Yeah. Who is it? Please, somebody tell us who this guy is.
Bronze
Yeah.
Bomber.
The unknown bomber.
You know him.
The last bomber I know was Joe Louis.
He had upper body was all right. His legs were skinny.
I don't know.
I'm gonna look
You
him
know.
up.
You know. When he said, when you find the name, you'll say, "Oh, that clown."
Joshua.
No, Anthony Joshua's from
Joshua's
England.
right.
Oh.
Joshua's from.
See, that's
Yeah.
that. She'll go to show.
And the
you.
guy-
But him and Joshua was supposed to fight. Then they both got dropped.
They both got dropped. That's right. Man, and it was the same on the same
think
weekend.
I remember. Yeah, I think I'm right. They both lost.
Right,
were
they
supposed
both
to
lost.
set up for a big fight.
Joshua
They both
Deontay
lost.
Wilder.
There you
Deontay
go.
Wilder.
Deontay
Right.
Wilder. There you go. I think Joshua lost to
forget this
the
game.
boys.
I forgot.
Daniel
who
Dubois,
lost.
who is supposed to fight Usyk. They supposed
Right,
to fight each
right.
other.
Right.
You know, because
Yeah.
it's crazy.
And Deontay Wilder. He was the last.
And what's name
American.
Fury's supposed to
As far as I remember.
supposedly officially retired. That's what they saying, but who knows?
And where's Fury from? He's English too.
I think he's
Yeah, he
England.
from here.
Yeah, he's from England.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a minute since they had a decent U.S. heavyweight fighter.
Yeah.
Because these guys, they get a
Yeah.
shot, they lose or whatever.
Yeah, WBC from 2015 to 2020.
That was Wilder.
Yeah,
He was champion that long?
yeah.
I don't see-
Really?
Mm,
It don't
I-
seem like
it don't seem like he was that
5
long.
years ago.
right. It don't seem like he was champion that long.
Right. I don't remember him being that good. What do you have? 4 fights in
And
5 years?
Shannon Briggs did have he had the WBO belt. He lost it to
Remember when
Sultan
well, Ali and them in the fight? What was it? The WBC and the
Bragamo.
WBA,
Yeah.
and then they had the IBF.
Right. Those was the three
Right.
big ones.
Even before the IBF, it was the WBC
Right, before-
and the WBA.
Right. And
It
then
was
they
2
came out with the WBO and then
Right.
people was clowning it, calling it WBO-ish.
The
Yeah.
WBO.
Yeah, I remember all of that.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't a legit, they try to say it wasn't legit.
They
But
probably
now
did.
it's
And
been
now-
out long enough where
And now they got like
You know?
6 different
yeah.
things. Everybody got a champion.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
That's the crazy part.
Yeah.
Boxing definitely ain't what it used to be.
Nope. It's
Like you
not.
said, you got heavyweight, super heavyweight,
Mhm.
light heavyweight,
Because I bet you if you look up
middleweight, super
Boxing-
middleweight.
whoever the boxing champions in different divisions, you see like one guy who's second, he's first on another
Yeah.
list.
Right.
It's a whole
Right.
bunch of crazy stuff or whatnot.
Yeah.
There's very few undisputed.
Undisputed, right? Very few. Like I didn't know what's the name had fought in a light heavyweight fight. Canelo. I didn't know he had moved up. I guess he fought 1 fight or maybe 2, and then dropped back down again. I don't know who he fought, but like what happened with the those 2 twin brothers?
the
Klitschko?
Charlos,
Yeah, what happened to them?
Oh,
they lost and they was forgotten. It's just like everybody else. Once you lose a couple of fights,
That's it.
nobody wants to be bothered anymore. If you're not undefeated, they ain't talking to you. That's why these guys won't fight each other. Because once you lose a fight, if you mess around and lose the second one, now all of a sudden you a has-been. It ain't like it used to be. Guys had 6 losses on their
Right.
record and they were still good because they lost to 6 good guys.
Right, exactly.
Those days are over.
Right.
Right.
Now you lose 2 fights and you're a bum.
You
I
can't,
don't understand that.
right, you
but,
can't be losing to some tomato can either.
It's not even tomato cans. You like if Shakur was to fight Tank or whatever guys them guys are that's in the, if he
Yeah.
loses to him and then he turn around and lose to Haney or something, now you lost 2 fights to 2 guys who are supposed to be decent,
Right.
but you lost 2 fights. So now it's like, oh no, I don't want to be bothered. You go fight Jake Paul.
Yeah, you gotta have that rematch clause in your.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And God forbid you lose 2 rematches, then you're really
Right.
done.
That's right.
Oh yeah, well that's over then. Yeah,
Well,
that's
it's
Paul
over,
Lawson.
Right. Because
Yeah.
Canelo next fight is supposed to be Bud.
Okay,
Supposed to be.
okay.
Yeah.
Right. It's supposed to be. I think it's September.
We'll see. Yeah,
October?
we'll see.
Supposed to be September, October.
We'll see
something
how
like
that works
Yeah, well,
if it ever come
if
around.
the money's right. Yeah.
They're always talking about what they're gonna do, and then next thing you know, it's postponed until next year, and then by that time they 50 years old and they
Right.
fighting Jake Paul instead of each other.
Right.
That's why this guy is so popular, because boxing is so bad that a guy like that who's an influencer, got all them people following him,
Yeah.
can have
Yeah.
boxing matches against bums and draw more money
Yeah.
than real fighters.
And
Just to me, it's
And
crazy.
get a TV show.
I'm gonna quote what Nicki Minaj said. She said, in her time, talent. You was popular because you were talented. Now
Right.
you're popular. Now you're just popular.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
That's all you gotta be.
right, you're just popular.
Right.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
all you gotta be.
You had fans from being popular,
Right.
not being,
Right.
talented. Back then, you had to be talented.
Right. Like,
So-
So
like JoJo Sliwa and people like that.
Right.
They
So let me ask you,
influencers,
are
they
they
got 2 or 3 million people following, and all of a sudden they want to rap or they want to sing.
Right.
And
right,
people gonna be like on it because they
Right.
following them anyway. So
Right.
now you a star.
Right.
so let me ask you a question. Most of the female rappers that are out there, would you consider them talented or would you consider them just popular?
Oh yeah, some of them is definitely popular. Come on. Some of them.
Any you want to mention?
I mean, the ones that you've seen on TV,
Right.
like in not sitcoms or what do they call them, reality shows and
Right.
all that. Like that's helping to build their brand.
Build their
to be,
brand.
Right.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? To be popular, like that's their commercial.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? That's their long commercial. And
What's
then-
the girl's name? I think she's from the Bronx
who Cardi?
with the reddish
Ice
hair.
Spice?
Ice Spice. Yeah.
Right.
Whatever.
So, and that's the way it is now.
Yeah, that's just how it is.
Yeah, that's the way it is now. And internet
If
helps
you
a
get-
lot.
Right. If
Yeah.
you get popular on the internet, you could
Yeah, the
become a
internet
star.
helps a
But
lot.
how did she just come about? Because I don't remember any of her records.
Well, first of all, a lot of women is showing their skin,
Right.
so that's drawing attention.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then,
Right. And if you go
If-
watch it, you a dirty old man. So that's why we don't know these people, because the ones that popular is teenagers and young men,
Right.
for the most part, that are following these females.
Right.
Right.
And then they got other females too that follow them.
Right.
And they grow that up. Like
Right.
Jake Paul, he's got like what, 2 or 3
right
million followers.
now, Jake Paul. I don't know if y'all remember. Was he one of them? He was one of them guys that was going into like random gyms and fighting people. Wasn't he doing that?
Well, him or his brother.
Yeah, they was going into random gyms just fighting people.
What's the one that knocked
Sparring.
out what's his name? He used to play for the Knicks. Isn't one of them knocked
Nate.
Nate, yeah.
Yeah, Nate Robinson.
Nate
Yeah, that's
Robinson.
yeah.
One
That
of them brothers.
Yeah. So that's popularity right now. Right.
I didn't
there.
know what's
you got
his name?
you got a amateur guy
Right.
going into boxing gyms and challenging people. You know what I'm saying? And he's getting views off of that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? How he worked it all the way up to fighting cats and Mike Tyson. Look. And then, like you said, getting millions and people are
Yeah,
actually
he got
watching.
millions of people following
Yeah.
him
Now,
for all the
right.
stuff that he do. It's
And-
not just boxing, because
Right.
he do a whole lot of stuff.
Yeah, you got a reality show now, man.
Right. Well, right. You have to be on it now. Like that's a hustle that you got to be on because it's independent.
Right.
And then slowly but surely you get more people.
Right.
Look at the girl that Catch Me Outside girl.
Who?
Catch Me Outside, the girl that was on
I don't know who.
on
that is.
Dr.
Coach,
Phil.
so in order for us to get more people watching us, you're gonna have to start coming in topless.
You don't want to see me topless.
She was on there because
I'm ready to go down in a minute.
she was on Dr. Phil because her mother felt that she
What's
was
her name? What's her name?
I forgot her name.
What's
but
he called?
Danielle something. But anyway, I'm gonna give you a breakdown.
Okay.
So her mother, she was one of them kids that was always getting in trouble, whatever. She was disrespectful to her mother.
Right.
So she brought her to Dr. Phil.
Okay.
So Dr. Phil was like, gonna send her to this little camp and all that, blah,
Yeah.
blah. But the audience was getting on her. So
okay, because
so,
she was
yeah, because she's a bad kid.
right disrespectful.
So right, she's disrespectful. So somebody saying something to her. She said, "Catch me outside." How about that? And that stuck.
that caught
that's
on.
right.
stuck.
That stuck.
Oh, okay.
She said, "Catch me outside." How about that? It's stuck. Next thing you know, after she did the Dr. Phil camp and all that, now she got albums. She got a record. She got rap. She got a reality show.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Well, it's like that.
Then she
I
got
know,
a
I know where you going.
Yeah,
Then
I
she
know
got
what
an
you
OnlyFans, and then
Right.
the OnlyFans took her to the next level.
yeah.
Like, yo, it's
Yeah, that's
crazy.
what they
So
do.
now Dr. Phil is like, yo, that was my greatest. Like,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
you created a Frankenstein,
Create a
there.
monster,
right?
That's crazy, man.
Like Hawk to a girl.
Right, Huck to it, right? Yo, you get one little thing,
One
like
little thing.
it can
That's all you
easily
need. It'll
Look.
blow up.
something can easily happen on here, and it'll go viral.
That's why the world is messed up, man.
Right,
That's why the world is
Yeah.
messed up the way it is
But
now.
see,
man.
is the other thing too is you don't need to be
Talented.
for so long because all these little TikToks and they like 10 seconds, 20 seconds
Right.
long.
Yeah.
You don't have to keep people's attention very long.
Right.
You just like he said, you get one line and it hit.
right,
And now all of a sudden everybody's watching you because you told somebody to go mess themselves or whatever.
right, right. And that's why everybody's out here trying to do something.
Right.
Everybody out here
Just to
filming,
catch
doing
that
something.
one.
Right, they trying
line.
to get that lightning in the bottle.
Exactly.
What's the guy? I think he's from Brooklyn. The one that did the thing in the park at Union Square Park was supposed to be giving out PlayStations. Remember they had that big medley. Was it last year or the year before
Yeah,
last?
yeah.
And
Was it an artist?
no, he do.
No,
First he started off doing video
Yeah,
games.
he's an influencer.
Right.
Okay.
And he does some commercials. He's in the All-Star game.
I don't remember.
You know him.
Yeah,
I know you know.
And they had a
I'll look
big
him up.
thing because he
Oh.
was going to give away all this stuff, and
Right.
it's like 500 of them, but they're like 5,000 people showed
Right.
up. and
Right.
It got out of hand.
He didn't have
At
enough.
Union Square Park. And they had to
Okay,
shut the
okay.
park down. Them kids was
Yeah.
wilding out.
Right,
He was
right,
wilding
right,
out.
right.
Sinet, that's his name.
Oh, Casanat?
There you go. That's
Oh,
him.
I didn't know he did that.
Yeah,
Okay,
that was him.
Okay.
Because supposedly he was supposed
And
to
he's
be.
popular right now.
Yeah, he's big.
Yeah.
I mean, I seen him in commercials. I think he was in a Sprite
Yeah,
commercial. Like
yeah.
I'm like this.
When
guy,
I seen
he's
Nikki
little
on the
short
stage,
dude,
I
man.
knew. I was like, oh, snap, you got Nikki to come there? And then,
Yeah, that's when you know that they
Right.
got blown up. 'Cause
Right.
They get celebrities
right.
that come
they
on
get
there.
A
Right.
plus lad.
Right, because they didn't wind up giving nothing out at the park.
Right.
'Cause it was
right.
just
a
too
mob,
many- it was
right.
a mob.
Oh, you know, my son watches his channel.
Yeah.
Yeah, my son watches
But didn't he
his channel.
start off doing like video games on TV
Yeah,
or something
he's
like
a
that?
streamer.
Right.
Like you say, he was a streamer, Discord or something. And then he just carried it on. And he's good. He's like you said, he made it to where it's at now.
Right.
I hear that.
You know,
All it
some
takes is one good hit and
Yeah,
you take
yeah.
off one real viral
yeah.
video. And like you said, people follow you. Now
Yeah.
it's like my wife was watching this thing with this guy called Country Wayne or something.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
He got
He's a
people from-
comedian.
yeah,
right?
and he got people from all over. He
Right.
go to different places. He set up little scenarios, and people be watching this
Right.
stuff.
Right.
It's fake TV
Right.
on
Right.
on the phone,
Right.
but people love it.
People
Right.
watch it.
I'm like,
Right. And that's how, like you said, that's how the polls
Country
got.
Wayne. What's the other dude? Oh man, there's another guy. I can't think of his name.
I don't watch them things,
Yeah.
so I don't.
Yeah.
But that's how Paul got famous. That's how he got famous.
Yeah, they do their little
You know?
thing, and they,
Right. So most of us see him when he's already up there, and we scratch our head like, "Yo, how did this happen?" But yeah, he was going to. I
By
believe
that
he's
time,
going
he's
to
already
the gym.
blowing up.
Right.
so it's two
Right.
ways to do it. You either real famous and you start a podcast, or
Right.
you start one and you get some famous people to come on,
Right,
and all of a sudden
right.
you blow up.
Try to work it up.
Because there's
right.
a lot of people too that got
Right.
their own little podcast
Right.
that you don't really watch, but they
Right.
got hundreds of thousands of people
Right.
watching them because they get
Somebody
Taylor
on.
Swift or
right.
Nicki Minaj or
Right.
Cardi B or somebody famous to be on the show,
Right.
and now all of a sudden you blew up.
Mm-hmm.
So
The world we live in is crazy. man.
Yep. So
we gotta find
that's
our
how it is. kid.
we gotta find our Michael Jordan or somebody.
Yeah, we need somebody to come
on
man.
in here.
Yeah.
blow this show up.
We need somebody to come on the show and do something
Yeah.
crazy.
But see, that's what it be too. Like he got all the way to the point where he could get Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson probably need the money too. So now
Right.
they come together to make this big event.
Yeah.
You know, I know Nikki probably was like, you know what? If I go on Casanat, I'm catering to the young fuck crowd now because
Right.
I'm getting up there in age now.
Right.
this will make me a little bit more relevant again. Let me go on this page, on this channel. So it winds up helping everybody.
Sure.
I think it's about to be LeBron time.
Yeah, LeBron time.
It's about to be LeBron time.
We getting ready to switch off for this internet stuff and go
we
back to
coming up-
sports.
We're coming up close to the 5 o'clock hour.
We need to
man.
stop
So-
all that.
Yeah, let's
so
get on the LeBron. Let's get on the on the basketball.
We coming up. It's 4:56, if I believe right. Yeah, 4:56. So we coming up close to the 5 o'clock hour. Excuse me.
Bless you.
We're gonna switch it off, talking about
Where's the strawberry?
some basketball and some baseball and whatever else that we're gonna talk about and that you may want to talk about. Once again, it's the first stop to the next stop. I'm gonna shout out to D Nice. What's good, baby? Thank you, sir. Oh man, so tell Mongo that all the time never caught him that he was fast. That's what it's saying.
You talking about on the train?
I don't know. I don't know.
was
You
slow
have to
with-
break
you-
it down.
you was
Unless
slow with the
I
doors?
used to tell Mungo
You
that
was
all the
slow
time.
with the
Never caught
doors?
him. He was fast. No, I'm saying I was fast.
Oh,
Oh, you was quick with the doors, man?
I don't know.
You live over there? Oh, you're not. That's right. I know where you're not
East
far.
New York.
I wanted to see what over there by Canarsie with the fence
I was
up
there
over
too.
there.
Oh yeah, that fence is up. Yeah,
Mm.
yeah. I was like, yo, what the hell? They got the turnstiles in there. I was like, yo, they making sure nobody just
yeah,
walk
ain't
in
no
anymore.
freebies no more.
Yeah,
Yeah, but how long? It was how long it was like
Oh, it
that?
was
I know.
free for a long time.
I know. But you remember, Canarsie wasn't. It was a little bit light of melanin back then.
That must have been a while ago.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, when I growing up.
Because I remember when I was working, it was always you come off the bus, you walk right in there.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Well, the 42 bus take you straight in.
Right.
That was a free transfer.
But
But
now
that
they
was
got
a free
fenced
transfer
off. They got
Right, so I
fenced-
don't even know what happens
because
with
you
that.
could use your car for the free transfer.
Right.
Oh yeah, right.
So it's no longer
So
necessary
you don't
to
have
do
to
it like
walk right
that.
in.
Right.
Right.
Now you got your car and you get free
Right.
transfer anyway. So now they stopped everybody else
Right.
who was coming from the street.
Right.
Getting on.
See, the 42nd, the 42 went from Canarsie Pier to Canarsie Rockaway Parkway train station. But the 6 came from East New York.
Oh,
You know
okay.
what I'm saying? The 6 come in East New York, bong, and then the 60 coming from Brownsville.
Okay.
60's across the street. They don't want them guys. They don't want
That's
us
right.
going.
They said, that's it. No more free rides.
They don't want them guys getting on
42
there.
was straight from Canarsie.
So it was good for them.
Right.
Okay.
So that's how that went. But
Yeah. Oh well. It's a
What's,
new
the,
day
what's
now.
the next stop?
We're gonna talk about the game sevens
yeah,
on the basketball. We definitely got to talk about that,
yeah.
man. We're gonna talk about Houston losing to Golden State, Denver
No, they
beating
lost
the
to,
Clippers, and
Yeah, right. They
it
lost
just
to
seemed
Golden
like
State,
both.
Right.
Houston gets a pass because they're young.
Right.
Well, I said before, Golden State is the most dangerous team in there. I felt they was the most dangerous team as far as the lower seeds.
Right.
Yeah, because they got Steph
But they also
and they got JB.
Right.
But then last night,
Buddy Hield.
right, 9-3.
Well, he was wide open. They were leaving him wide
yeah,
open.
Yeah, that was
because they
ridiculous.
scared of Steph and,
And,
JB
and even Draymond hit a couple of
Yeah.
threes.
early on. You know what I'm saying? Everything clicked for them for that one night. Everything
Right,
clicked.
and that's all it takes on a
Yeah.
game 7.
And they played
Especially if the other team don't show up.
Mhm.
right. And see, and that's what I was saying before. That was strictly small ball.
Yeah.
They told this man played 3 minutes. The only 7-footer. He played 3 minutes.
On Golden State.
Yeah,
Oh, you talking about
I forgot his name. The
Post,
No, not Post. The guy that been there a while.
Looney.
Looney.
Yeah.
Looney ain't no 7 foot. Looney's like 6.
No, it ain't Looney. It's Moody, I think. Moody, how tall is
No,
Moody?
Moody's
Moody
a
is
guard.
not tall at
Dang,
all.
what-
Moody's a guard. It's Looney.
No, it's not Looney.
It's Looney or
6'9".
Post. Those are only
Looney
two.
6'9".
Those are the only two guys they got.
Right. The
It's
tallest guy.
Kuminga, Looney, and Post. And Post played 3 minutes.
Yeah, it
and
was
he's
Post.
the tallest guy.
He played 3 minutes. Everybody.
Well, he's
else-
an outside shooter. He's not a
Right,
I'm
and
just
he's not
saying-
even a big guy.
I'm just saying. No, he's 7 feet.
yeah, but
No,
he's not
not.
a traditional
Right. He's not
big
traditional.
guy.
But I'm saying they went
He's a
strictly.
3-point shooter.
They went strictly small ball, and them dudes was making their shots.
They played what? Minnesota, right?
Yeah,
And Denver plays OKC.
yeah.
Right.
We'll get into
Right.
that a little later. But
And
gonna
once
be interesting.
if you got somebody shooting threes well, and he ain't Steph, and then Steph is shooting, It's a could
That's
be
But
a
Buddy Hill could shoot.
but-
I mean,
right, but he's shooting them well. Though.
Yeah.
9 for 11. That's Steph's numbers.
But my thing was with that game that Houston, right from the beginning, you could see that they didn't have their energy
Mhm.
level
Right,
up.
right.
Once you don't have that energy level up in a game 7,
Mhm.
you're in trouble
Yeah.
because they was missing shots, and I think that demoralized them because they only had 39 points in the first half.
half.
Sam.
First
Right,
half,
yeah.
right.
That's a quarter for most teams.
Mhm.
And they had
Today-
39,
Right.
and they wasn't hitting 3-pointers either.
Yep.
That killed them too. They wasn't hitting none of their threes,
Mhm.
and Golden State was hitting them.
Right.
Even though they wasn't doing that much, because they only had 51 points at the half, which ain't a big amount.
Nope.
But they just happened to play the right team on the right night.
Right. That's
Because
what
if
I
it
said.
wasn't, if
One
it had
night
been
it
anybody else, it might not have worked. Because they didn't look that great either,
No.
honestly.
Right.
Curry didn't look good, not in the first half.
Not in the
Second half,
first
he was
half.
a little better.
Right.
But even him, he only had 22. That's not an
That's
outstanding
right, that's
game.
right. But you know, when Buddy's hitting all his
It was
shots.
What he
Buddy.
had? Well, Buddy
You-
had 36?
33.
33.
He's the only one.
Yeah.
And Houston had nothing.
Rest.
Nothing. That kid Green,
Oh,
why was
God.
he even on the court? I'm like, man, you're supposed to be the up and coming star, and you ain't show nothing.
He ain't showing the whole
For the whole series. One
Yeah.
game, he had that 38-point game, and other than that, he ain't did nothing.
Yeah.
That's tell. That kid Thompson looked good. Sengun looked good,
Right.
Yeah.
but Brooks didn't do nothing.
Nope.
Adams didn't do nothing. For the most part, none of them did.
Van-
Jabari
right,
Smith
Van
didn't
Fleet,
do nothing.
right.
Right. Van
And-
Fleet had 17, but it wasn't a good 17.
Nah, it was.
And,
None of these guys.
and Draymond hit
He was 6
threes.
for 13.
Draymond hit threes right out the gate,
Right.
shooting.
And that's when you know they was in trouble. When he was
Right.
hitting them threes, you knew Houston was in trouble because they don't even play on him.
Mhm.
Yeah.
He was wide open.
Yeah.
And normally he was missing. He was only like 3 for 30 something before
Right,
that.
right.
And then he hit 2 in a row, and I was like,
I
it's
think he was
over.
26% or something.
I said,
like
it's over. They done.
Yeah.
If he,
that. We finished
if
with 16 points.
something like that. Some crazy.
Yeah, he finished with
yeah, 16.
yeah.
That's
Oh,
ridiculous.
so he didn't have a triple single.
It's just crazy because, like you said, one, you know, I think he was the first 3 of the game. I think he's like
Yeah,
the
first 3.
Yeah, and then like coming back down, he hit another one.
Right,
Like,
hit another
yo,
one.
Man, this dude's hitting, and because this is before Steph and all them. So I'm like, if this dude is hitting and Steph is hot, it's over.
Hmm.
Like
Yeah,
I'm
but
not
they-
even thinking about Buddy Hill.
Right.
He hit them 2, and then he cooled on, and Buddy Hill went
Right,
crazy.
he finished it up.
What
Yeah.
did the what's his name? Guy with the curly hair. Padingas with
9 points.
No,
Yeah, that's
okay.
right. Yeah,
That
What's
was
that was small ball at its finest, right
Oh
there.
my God, man.
and it's funny because that game to me was actually worse than the Clipper game because the Clippers, at least there was some scoring in that game. They didn't come to play either,
Right.
but they really, it's like Houston, you at home. The
Mhm.
Clippers, they was on the road. A little harder to win a game 7 on the road, especially if you don't show up either,
Right.
which they didn't. They let Denver run on them and get that big lead, and it was over. Once they got that big, you know that the Clippers wasn't coming back, especially the way James Harden was
Oh, my
playing.
God, yeah. He
And the
shot-
rest, it wasn't nobody really playing that well. The
No,
only one
it
that played
wasn't.
well was Kawhi.
Kawhi, because Norman
'Cause
Powell
Norman
didn't do nothing.
right. Norman Powell wasn't in it like
Harden
that.
let me down.
Oh, Harden always let you down.
I mean, he had 13 assists, but that he had nothing offensive.
He wasn't looking to score.
No,
there
he was 2
times
for 8. He took 8 shots.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah,
Man.
it is
Come on,
ridiculous. You're the top guy. Even if you off, you got to find a way
gotta
to
be
get to the
aggressive,
basket,
going
do
to the
something.
hoop, right.
Right, something. He wasn't trying. But it was like it was a blowout, and after a while, it took the heart out of them.
Yeah.
They just stopped playing. They really did. And the only reason is funny because I turned the game off, and then y'all was saying they put the starters back in because the reserves made a little run, but there's only
Right.
5 minutes left in the game. So it's like Tar said they got scared. The coach said, "Oh no, go back in, let's finish this off. We're not taking no chance." But you was up 20-something points when that happened.
Mm-hmm.
Really? You really thought they was gonna make up that big? They was down 30-something points when I turned the game off, and that was like with 5 minutes to go.
That's
Yeah, I remember that.
I couldn't believe it when y'all said that they brought the starters back in. I said, really? I thought they got like
They
within
got it
10.
10, yeah.
Right.
got it 10. I
Hey,
remember
had
you
that
asked me
20-something.
20 something, yeah.
I was like, really?
Well,
That's-
you gotta show your fans that you fight until the end.
yeah,
Yeah, I guess so.
I guess so. Because the end is coming.
Don't just give up.
The
What do
end
you-
is coming.
What do you think is the problem with Harden? Why, like,
I don't know,
big games,
man.
he
This
just
is like the
he
fifth
just don't seem to show up. Man.
game 7.
I
Well,
don't know.
to to his defense,
I'm here.
he had a hamstring with the Nets.
Okay.
So they blame him for that Nets too. But he had a hamstring. He wasn't going to be himself. He came back early to be in the game because KD was by himself.
Right. He did come back,
Right.
and then he re-aggravated.
Right, he
something.
re-aggravated. So,
But
he wasn't going to be.
that was
but
that series.
Right, that was that one
The
series. Right
Sixers
there.
series.
The other series, right? He
And this series-
And in Houston too.
Yeah.
right.
He
I was
played-
saying the
yeah.
rest of them he disappeared.
Yeah, he disappeared.
Mm.
And he's a big time star, and he disappeared like
Right,
that.
right.
So I don't.
You can't do that, man.
No, hell
You
no.
can't.
Not in the game 7.
Mhm.
And some fool. Well, I don't know when he's a free agent or whatever. So because he's got to
He
be.
still can shoot. He still,
Yeah,
He-
but
one day he might be A-Rod. He might be A-Rod for 1 year.
yeah,
He's
well,
been with like four or five different teams.
yeah, his A-Rod days over.
Started off at OKC.
It's like
Ain't he the second greatest three-point shooter?
he might
I
be.
think he's number 2.
to my
He
threes
might
made.
be.
Yeah,
Three's
three's made. Yeah,
He might be, but
He's
that's
been in the league
regular
long
season.
enough.
right.
That's regular season. That's
Right,
not playoff.
right,
That's not when it counts. When it counts, he turns into
Pumpkin.
right.
yeah.
Pumpkin boy.
James Jordan.
Right. Exactly. Very good. I like that. I like that.
Hey,
But it's like I was texting with y'all. I truly think that it's time for some of these old cats
to retire.
retire. and
It's
wrap it
over.
up. Yeah, it's over for
Yeah,
them. They need to
it's
just
over.
go ahead and
That's it.
humbly take their little last year
Yeah.
and do the tour,
Right.
get their rocket
Right.
chairs.
We knew that.
See.
We knew the day was coming.
Yeah, because these guys,
It's coming for a lot of those guys.
right. It's
Yeah.
coming for a whole lot of them.
Right.
Yeah.
They don't see the writing on the wall, but I think
Well, they
most
see
of us
the
can
money.
see it. Right,
They
see the
that's
money.
what it is.
That's
The
what
money.
it is. They see the money.
And the ironic thing is that these guys are still paying these guys this kind of
Mhm.
money because of their name.
Right.
I get it. They built it up through the times
Yeah,
and they
yeah.
earned it. But come on now, they're not earning it now.
Right.
You're not earning 60 million anymore.
No.
Damian Lillard gonna get 60 million
Right.
coming back off of a torn
Right.
ACL.
He probably won't play
Well,
much
Achilles.
next year.
Kyrie
Right,
got
yeah.
the AC. Got the.
You got.
knee.
They're not gonna be the same cats no more. It can't be.
Right.
You already up there in age. You past 30 something. There's no way you're gonna be the same cat. And
Right.
these young boys is hot and heavy.
Yep.
They're ready to go.
Mhm.
They're gonna run you into the ground. It's gonna happen. I
We
mean,
go-
it happens to
I'm
everybody.
still taking KD though.
It's happening to everybody. You know what? It's
KD's still a offensive, but his defense is definitely not there
Right,
anymore,
right.
man. He's not stopping anybody or standing in
maybe,
front of him.
maybe it's just me, but it seems like these guys hang around longer now than they used to. I mean, I get it. It's the
Right.
money.
Right.
But you didn't see cats doing past 15, 16 years for the most part.
No, you
Right.
didn't.
That was it. Now you got guys doing 20, 21, 22, and not even thinking about leaving. I'm like, look at Chris Paul.
Right.
Chris Paul don't realize he's done. I think he's done.
I think he's done too.
But-
But
There's
I mean, they
still
mentally-
cats out there
Right.
that
Right.
are gonna pick him up
right.
because he's Chris Paul and he's supposedly gonna
Right.
help your team, but he doesn't.
Nah.
He really doesn't. They don't. I mean,
I mean, they need a point guard.
yeah, but
They need.
Well, he can't be your number one guy all
right,
Right,
the
he
time.
can't be that
he's a
guy.
guy.
Right,
He's
he
got to
can't
be
be
the
that
guy. He's got to be Kyle Lowry
Right,
now.
right,
Come off the
exactly,
bench
right.
and give you 10 minutes.
Right.
But he's not going to be the guy that you think he is
No.
anymore.
Right,
Those
right.
days are over.
Right. Because
No, but that's what they're good for right now.
I know, but
They're good for the
but,
coming
but,
up.
but
they
cats,
wanted-
For most
cats are
part,
signing them like they not
like they
that guy,
started,
like they
right.
still
Right.
that guy that they was
Right.
20 years ago.
like look at Sacramento. They had Halliburton. They drafted Halliburton.
Right.
They also had what's the guy that went?
De'Aaron Fox.
De'Aaron Fox. Now they don't have no point guard at all right now. Not that I know of. and
No,
stuff,
I don't know who
Right.
their point guard is.
They have to get a point guard. They're gonna have to draft one, right? Whereas you had two, you traded one, so you that
'Cause
that
now
was,
they got
that's how they got what's his name?
what they
Sabonis.
got Zach Levine and
what's his name?
DeRozan.
Yeah, DeRozan.
But
And-
see, that's the thing too.
Though
It's
they
like-
don't need those two type of guys together.
We was watching a video with the guy, the young cat, who was trying to compare Curry to Magic Johnson, talking about Curry is a better point
Right.
guard.
Oh, yeah.
He's not.
He's not.
He's a great shooter,
Right.
but he's not a better point guard. He's
Right.
not even a better point guard than, like I said, Isaiah,
No.
Right.
Steve Nash,
Nope.
Right.
He couldn't carry those guys.
None of them guys.
He couldn't
right.
carry those guys' bags as far as point guard is
Right.
concerned.
Right.
Yeah, he got a nice handle, but when you look at Golden State, Draymond Green is the point guard on that team.
Yes.
And it's like San Antonio. The Sabonis is the point on
Right.
that team.
Yep.
And even Houston, that cat Sengun
Sengun
is the
right.
one who do the main passing.
Yeah.
It's not Green, it's not
Right.
Van
Like
Vliet.
Jokic.
Right.
Right.
Same type of thing.
Exactly. Same
Yeah.
kind of thing. These guys don't have point guards. They got point forwards, point centers.
Mhm.
Right.
Point guard is a whole different animal now. There's no way you could compare what Magic and Isaiah and all them cats used to do back in the day. They
Yep.
used to score and they used to
And it set,
throw the
it, set up
assists and set
everybody.
everything
Right.
up.
Right.
These guys don't do that no
No,
more.
they
Right.
don't.
I don't care. And that guy was trying to argue about that because he
Yeah.
got one unanimous MVP. Please, that's
Right.
enough to put you in the same conversation with Magic? No.
Right.
No, not
So
at
I
all.
don't hear
haven't-
that.
I haven't been keeping up with the assist averages over the years, but I remember back in the Magic days, him, Stockton, maybe Isaiah, they be like 9 assists plus.
Right.
Curry ain't never won
Right.
an assist title.
That's what I'm
He
never.
saying.
never will.
Never.
Oh, no, the reason I bring it up is I'm thinking anybody's in the 10s, right? Nobody's 10 assists a game.
Yeah, Jokic.
Oh, well, I'm talking about point
I
guard.
think James Harden is.
Yeah, Harden's up there.
Harden's
Okay.
up there.
Harden's
Okay.
up
Harden's
there.
up there.
Okay.
That's
I,
the
ain't,
one
I
thing.
haven't
Harden,
looked at it.
Harden, when you look at his stats, he's like second or third in the league in assists
Right.
Okay.
for the last couple of years. Excuse me, for the last couple of years.
I know I used to always
Yeah,
see
he's been up there for a
Stockton and
while.
Magic
But you don't
was
see too
always-
many other
Right.
guys that
Right, it drops
supposedly
down.
right.
It'll drop down.
Right.
Maybe 4
Now,
or 5
before
assists.
that, Westbrook had a nice little run.
Yeah, Westbrook. Right,
Westbrook had a
right,
nice little 3-4
right.
years
He
like
was
that,
averaging
whatnot.
Yeah. But then when he was doing it, everybody's saying he's an accumulator.
Well, yeah.
Stat.
I always thought
Yeah,
that,
he was an
he's a stat
accumulator.
pad.
He was
He's
a-
stat pad. Especially when he
Stat
was
pad.
trying to, go for
The
Oscar Robinson's the triple
record,
double
right.
thing. He's stat padding. and stuff.
Okay. Now, the top assist guys for
Trey-
the year.
I forgot about Trey. Yeah.
Trey Young is at 11.
Okay.
Jokic at 10. Halliburton at 9. Craig Cunningham was at 9. And James Harden, 8.7. Those are the top
Okay.
5.
Okay.
They
So that's
the
good.
last
That's
three is
good.
point four of them. They
Right.
point guard.
Yeah, 4 point.
But
That's
you look
good
at
then.
Trey, you don't think of him as that kind of guy, but he
Right, he's
do
like-
throw a lot of
Yeah,
assists.
he do.
He
Like,
do.
you look at him
he
like
really
a
do.
Steph Curry.
Yeah, right.
But
But
he's
he got right. He's more of a assist guy than Curry is.
Right.
Matter of fact, let me see where Curry ended up at. If he's even in the top 25.
Nah, he ain't gonna be. Up
Yeah,
there.
he is.
He
He's
is?
number 18 at 6 a game.
Okay.
But that's
18.
what it sounds like. It sounds like he's a 5-6.
Even Chris Paul is
That's
7, and LeBron James is 8. He's number 6.
Right.
At
Right.
40 years old, he's number 8. And Chris Paul at 40 is number 7.
Okay.
So that tell you something right there.
Hmm.
And then Brunson is 8, Giddey is 9, and Lillard is 10. So that's the top 10 guys. But it's like you got centers in there, you got forwards in there, you got
It's a bonus.
I don't know what Josh Giddey is. I guess he's a forward too.
What's a bonus?
So bonus is number 18 tied with Murray and Curry at 6.
Okay.
Oh, he
And
said I
Tatum.
could run fast.
And
Who did
Tatum.
that?
He said he could run fast.
Yo,
he couldn't
he could
close
run
the doors, but he could run fast. He wasn't good at the doors though.
That's why he went flagging.
Right. That's why Cats used to be late for lunch because he was behind him.
Oh my god. Yo, there's 2 times you can't be operating slow. It's lunchtime,
Right.
Lunch and time to go
and
home.
time to go home.
But even though you could take time to go home because you're gonna get your little five and 2 or whatever.
Right, right,
You don't
right.
mind that so
Right,
much.
right.
But the lunch,
Right.
no,
No,
please don't be
no.
slow in front of me for lunch, please. I need my
No,
lunch
No,
time.
no, no.
I don't get but
Oh,
40 minutes.
Yeah, you want
And
all the
half
time
everybody's
you
Right.
get.
gone, going
Right.
to get food.
Yeah.
TA boy,
I
I
done ate
tell
on the
you,
train a
the
few
story,
times.
right? The stories we could sell,
Oh,
we
Oh,
could
no, that's
tell,
yours to go.
We can
You
do a
know.
show just
Yeah.
on that, man.
just on that, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And we would still have a lot left over after that.
Yeah.
Just,
Yeah.
on-
Oh, yeah.
just in the
Oh,
story
yeah,
itself.
definitely.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go over these games. Okay,
What
Golden
the
State-
new series?
yeah, Golden State playing Minnesota,
Minnesota.
right?
Yeah.
So what do you think about those?
I still think Golden State can do it.
You think Golden State could beat Minnesota?
Yes.
Okay.
Still think so.
I think Anthony Edwards on a mission. He got to the conference final last year. He's want to get at
They ain't got
least that
nobody to
back there.
check.
And they playing well.
Right.
Randall's playing well. McDaniels is
Randall's
playing well.
definitely playing
Gobert is too big for them. And even though they say he can't, he looked real good that last game
He
against
did.
the Lakers.
Right.
They got the same problem that the Lakers did. They don't
Yeah.
have a big to handle that guy.
Got
Right.
that right.
And if they go into him
Right.
and let him do his thing,
Oh,
he's
he
gonna
can-
foul
he gonna
Draymond
foul.
Green out the game.
Right.
So, and I don't think they're gonna be able to. They might be able to shoot a little better against Minnesota and Houston, but not much because
No.
Minnesota's a defensive-minded team.
Right. They
too.
are.
They really are. And they was, like they said, they was 17-4 in the last 21 games, and they look real impressive against the Lakers.
Right.
And Anthony Edwards was playing like a star.
Yes,
if he keeps playing at that level, it's gonna be awful.
It's gonna be
for
tough.
Golden State.
It's gonna be
hard.
I think the Lakers was a fraud.
We got somebody here.
Lakers was a fraud.
Yeah, well,
You said what? They're for
it's like
They
Todd
were
said.
a fraud.
It's like Todd said. First round takes care of pretenders.
first stop to the next stop. Who we got here?
There's only one person that's gonna call there and give y'all all that respect. Y'all pick up on the first week.
we should have let it ring a little bit more.
He said he's the
know what
only
I'm
one. Your boy Matt called us.
You know what I'm saying? He
good,
got nothing
Matt?
to do.
What's going on, bro?
My brother Matt ain't got nothing to do, so yeah, he gonna call you.
Yo,
That happy.
I guess you ain't got nothing to do either, huh, kid?
No, I just want to be heard.
Okay, Mr. Green. So what's on your
Yeah,
mind,
What's
kid?
good, bro?
It's good to see you Kings up there doing great, man.
We trying to do
Yeah,
something.
we're trying to hold it down.
Man, well, y'all doing a great job. But listen, we had a fabulous week in sports this week, man, and I can say this much, just to jump from sport to sport. Garcia was really shocked by Rolly.
Ooh.
I knew Rolly can box. He can box. He got some boxing skills.
Right.
He ain't got the chin for it, and he still lacked the skills, but he had enough skills in him to beat Ryan.
Wow.
Do you think
Yeah,
that Garcia was looking past him, thinking about the next fight?
I think so. I think he was looking more at that Haney fight
Right.
than anything. But my thing is that I don't think, and I could be wrong. I don't think he trained enough, and I think that young man is on cocaine.
Mm.
Because
on
there's a lot of rumors that he's out there doing them
He on
drugs.
something. Didn't he get
He's just
suspended
cocaine.
for
Yeah.
a year?
After the Haney fight.
Right.
Did y'all?
Yeah, but that was for enhancement drugs.
Yeah.
But and he even admitted it a few times that he do drugs.
Yeah.
And I'm like saying that's not good because you
No.
can't.
No, you can't be a boxer and be on drugs.
Nah.
Right,
Those two
because
don't
he was
mix.
smoking weed and everything else,
Right.
and they was like a lot of rumors that he's doing that cocaine.
Yeah.
Kid looked like sometime when he was out there, he looked like he was just talking like, I'm like, yo, where's his people at? I
Right.
said because his people need to keep him out of the media when he's talking wild and reckless like that. So it's like when you got a young boy and he has millions of dollars and stuff like that, you know, a lot of problems follow that money.
Yeah, you right
A
about
lot
that.
of problems, a lot of problems, a lot of peer pressure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yo,
And
Aunt.
and that's in every sport too, with that peer pressure.
Of course, yeah.
Of course. Yo, Aunt,
Yeah.
real quick. That thing where they was fighting in Times Square, you think that had an effect on him too? Because he was saying that it didn't feel like a regular boxing match. He felt like he was in a sparring match. Because they was fighting in front of 300 people in Times Square instead of a big arena. So I can see where that might have a little influence on it too.
Yeah, but I'm gonna ask you a question though. If he's a professional fighter, and I'm just saying, because he said the Times Square thing, but I'm like saying, if you're a professional fighter, right, and you fighting somebody, you got to be into the match. Because I'm gonna say one thing. If Tank lost that last fight to that young dude, and if anybody watched that fight, Tank was looking outside that ring a lot. His eyes wasn't focused in that fight. He was looking outside that ring a lot. So I don't know if he was distracted from it. I don't know if Ryan was distracted from it. I know one thing, that Ryan looked like he was just dried out.
He might have been.
Maybe
I don't know if
maybe
y'all
partied
looked
the
at
night
him,
before,
but
man.
I looked at like that's not the same Ryan
But
from before. That kid looked like he was just dried out.
but they said that Haney didn't look that impressive either.
No, he didn't. That's what I was reading too.
That's what I was reading. That he didn't look. Did you see the Haney fight?
Yeah.
How was that?
Let's be honest. Haney been fighting some dudes that really. I put it this way. Haney ain't got no punching power. And if you ain't got no punching power, how long do you think you gonna last?
Haney's not from the U.S., right?
Haney is from the U.S.
Yeah, I
Oh,
thought
Kevin
he
Haney?
was.
Oh, okay.
Him and his father. But
Okay.
my thing is that I don't understand is if your son ain't got no punching power, really too much, and he's just a boxer. He's not like he's a Sweet Pea or anybody. He got some speed
I'm
on him
glad
where he
you
can
said
get
that,
away.
'cause I was gonna
Or
say Sweet
he's
Pea
not like
couldn't punch.
he's not like a Mayweather. He can get away. He's crafty.
Oh,
He's a boxer,
Right.
but he ran into Ryan because Ryan just took it to him.
Right.
I don't even think, and believe it or not, I don't think Haney can beat Rolly.
Rolly throw wild punches and stuff, man.
Rolly,
He's
Rolly,
he was
but if
winning
you
some of that-
discipline him a
that,
lot,
Tank
get him
fight
disciplined.
before he
I
got
don't
dropped.
think-
I had him winning.
That's
that
why
fight.
Tank beat him.
I'm saying I had him winning that fight before he got dropped.
Right.
He was matching up well.
He was. Well,
with
Tank would
Tank.
take
Right.
Tank will take some punches because
Right,
he's trying
right.
trying to get his,
Right.
like he's watching you, but he'll take some punches or whatnot, man.
Right. It's the same. If you see Tank fight Haney, you know damn well Tank can knock
please.
Haney out.
Yeah.
He
Right,
gonna knock
right.
Haney out.
Henny gonna
You
be
know,
Henny gonna be on the clothesline.
Didn't-
I'm
didn't he
talking
have
about Charlie
Jeffrey
Brown
Jones
out.
2
Socks
fights
and
ago?
shoes off the whole night.
he said Charlie Brown out. Damn,
Wow,
Charlie Brown out. He gonna knock
I'm
his,
talking about a
he gonna
Charlie
knock
Brown
his shoes
knockout.
and feet,
When he
his
laid
socks.
Paul broken jaw.
Paul straight up his shoes off.
Wow, wow.
That's a good one, man. I like that.
I'm talking about Charlie Brown knockout.
Wow.
Did you get a chance to see that Japanese kid?
I didn't get a chance to see
Yesterday?
that fight. I didn't get a chance.
Oh, that was a good fight.
But I do want to say one thing though. I got another thing. So I got
Go
to
ahead.
jump. I don't want to take up your time, but
Yeah, go ahead, brother.
a lot of people, I'm side-eyed looking. I'm looking over there at your team, so I'm looking at the Nets. I'm looking at the Mets over there,
Mhm.
and they playing some good baseball.
Yes, they are.
And they playing some good baseball, even with them the media trying to suck it down on Soto because of what happened with him and the Yankees. But gotta say, playing good baseball, and they got a better record than the Yankees. And that's going to be one heck of a Subway Series when it comes up.
Serge don't want to hear that, but
Don't they? I'm gonna admit they are. Soto ain't playing well, but
No, he's not.
he had 2 home runs
Yeah,
the other
he's
day,
not
but they
playing well,
lost
but
the
look at the
game.
record.
No, they
Look at the
playing.
record.
I'm saying they playing well. They the 4th best team in the National League because they lost that doubleheader yesterday and that
Yeah.
hurt them.
Yep.
So now they still behind.
Dodgers and
The
San
Dodgers.
and the Padres.
Right, and
Well,
I
they
think they
actually-
tied with the Giants.
Right.
It is third.
I think they tied with the Giants
I think
too.
you're right too.
The standings.
Well,
They 22 and 13.
Yeah,
right. What happened was
Yeah, they
Lindor,
tied
Lindor
with
got
the
a good
Giants
start, and
behind
Alonso
Padres.
got a good start
Right.
off.
And that kid Viento's been playing good.
Yeah, he is. And he
But
got
the-
hit
Hey.
with a baseball, I believe,
Yeah.
and then he came back or whatnot.
Yeah,
And McNeil just came back.
right.
Right.
So,
So imagine when Soto kicks in.
we'll see.
Yeah, they're gonna
You know,
have to wait.
imagine when
Long as
Soto
their
kicks in.
pitching holds
People
up.
been-
Their
Yeah.
pitching
people
been
ragging
better
him
than
right
I
now in the
thought.
media.
Right.
He's letting that media get to him where people is ragging him in the media. But I was like,
I can't see that the media because he
Yep.
played in the Bronx. Come on, that's
you're
media
busy,
too.
you're busy ragging me in the media, but you fail to realize that my team is winning.
Well, see that, but to be honest,
With the money.
that's the only thing that's saving him
Mhm.
right now. Because if the Mets record was
Oh,
opposite,
yep.
13 and 22,
He hear
and he
it.
was hitting like he's hitting,
You will hear it.
you'd hear a lot of Met fans
It'd be a
complaining
lot more
about how
louder.
much money he's making and he
Mhm.
ain't doing nothing.
Mhm.
That is
But
true.
that's
That is
saving him.
true.
It really is
But the
saving him.
What he's batting about
But the
250?
reality of it-
250.
250.
They,
He got 5 home
The rea-
runs, 2
the
in one
reality-
game.
they still that team is holding them down.
Oh yeah, they
The
hold him
reality
down.
of it,
For
they
real.
holding them down.
They hold
Everybody's
them
Yeah, and the pitching's been a lot better than I thought it would
But
be.
they if he don't come around, even with all that holding down, them teams in the West is rough.
Yeah,
It's gonna be
Yeah.
real hard for
Yeah.
the Mets to come out
And
and
when
be
do
in the World
they
Series.
come around. They got
If they
they
gotta
got to
play
play
those-
Philly again and
Yeah.
Atlanta again.
And Atlanta's
Well,
picking it up now.
Yeah, they are.
That's
Atlanta started out
You
0 and
know
8,
what?
and
When
now
they
they're
have those
15 and
series,
18.
when they have those series, when you say was Atlanta, let's say Atlanta, Philly, and the Dodgers, right? When they have those series, and the Mets get the best of those series,
Well, they
Out
play the
of-
Dodgers next week. They play the Dodgers, I think, in about 5 days, 5 or 6 days. I
okay.
think.
So
Yeah.
when the Mets start getting those series, because they're going to play the Dodgers how many times this year? They're going to play them about 4 or 5 times this year,
Yeah,
correct?
I
In
think
the
it's
series?
something like that.
Yeah.
But they don't got them. They got the Diamondbacks, the Cubs, the Pirates, and then the Subway Series,
Oh, yeah.
then the Red Sox, and then the
Then the
Dodgers towards the end of the month,
Oh, okay,
the
my bad.
23rd. They play them.
Okay.
but still,
Okay,
they got to
so
play a
this
lot
could
of.
be
The
when they
Cubs are
start
playing
playing
well too.
Yes,
those
they
top
are.
teams, those top tier teams.
They just lost
And
their
they
pitcher.
start getting,
I'm sorry, the Japanese pitcher.
Yeah,
He got hurt.
What'd you say, Green?
no, I'm just saying when the Mets start playing these top tier teams and they start coming out with some victories on those series, then we're going to see what you got.
yeah. Well, they got to do that because they
Because and then you got to also see what you got with the Mets. But a lot of teams got injuries. Some teams got injuries, and then you start losing players, and then you start losing games because you're losing these players. You're losing the bat to these players,
Yeah.
and you're losing a lot.
Yeah, but some teams have more other players that can, sustain
right,
those
they got
losses.
a better. Exactly, I agree. They got a better where they could come in and be like, "Well, we bring this
Right.
guy up from the
Like
minor
if
league and let him
you
come
got
on
a good
in
pitcher staff and you start losing pitches, that's gonna hurt you.
right.
Because pitching down the line, which means because they don't stay that many innings, that means the relief
That's
pitchers
it.
got to pitch more.
That's what's killing the Yankees. We lost Gil
The
and
Yankees
we
got
lost
prostitutes
Cole.
over there. They got to stop getting those dudes from Hunts Point.
Well,
They
I
losing
mean,
them games
they
in the
don't
eighth and
have
ninth
no. They lost
They
it.
get these dudes
He said
straight out
no dudes from
Hunts.
Hunts.
I'm like, here come the hookers.
You lose a Cy Young guy, and then you lose that kid Gil, who was Rookie of the Year. That's two top pitchers you lost,
Yes.
and then the rest of them guys they pitching like bums. The only one that's pitching fine is Free.
Do not
Nobody else is
Do not
pitching.
call any of them dudes bums. They're not bums. They're prostitutes.
Oh
And
Lord.
They go in there,
Oh,
no pants, no dress. They got a mini skirt on, no drawers, and they up there keep it up like,
said
like
a
look at
mini
this game.
skirt with no
Mm.
joke.
Like, every time I see the game and it's 2-0, and then you look back at it and you be like, all right, Yankees, y'all holding it down. And then when they get to the 7th and 8th inning and the 9th inning, I'm like, look at these prostitutes over here. They have some hookers down there giving it up. They bring them right out of Hunts Point to bring them right across the bridge and take them right into the Yankee Stadium.
Yeah.
They don't bring them out of the
Was
bullpen.
that
They
way?
get 'em
Was
right
that
out
where
of
the
Hunts
relief
Point.
pitcher was hanging out at? What's his name? Devin. What's his name? Devin
Whore.
Williams.
Williams. Yeah.
Name is Whore.
Oh Lord.
Oh.
Whore.
Man.
I know Dave's gonna get at me next week, but Green, tell you about the bad mouth. I'm like, yeah, I know Dave, but I got
Dave is middle of the road. Is it, man? Yo, I got two diehards right here. Say. And then forget about Dana. Dana's another diehard right now, man. Dave's middle of the road. Is it?
You got hookers. You got hookers back there.
we need some
And they
in there dancing. And
they
shit,
hurt
man.
the team. I don't know how do you lose a game and then go in the bullpen? I'm like, yo, son, don't come in here with me. I'm gonna say something to you. Don't come back here with us. You wait till we get on the bus and then you come in here. You can't come back here with us.
You still-
We work all these innings and you go out there like a whore and give it up a first try.
Wow.
Just because he wink at you don't mean you gotta like him. So it is what it is. So hopefully they can get their release squad back in order and they can get back on point.
Yeah.
Because they playing pretty decent baseball, but you need all the components to this thing here because
Yeah.
Boston and the rest of those teams is right behind you.
Yeah, but they've been behind them.
I know, but you lost about at least, Serge, how many games they lost? About 4 or 5 games, 6 games in the 8th and 9th inning?
Yeah, they
Yeah,
lost.
close games, yeah.
A lot of games they lost.
For
late.
those teams like Boston, Toronto,
They like
Tampa Bay, they got problems too with that.
Yeah, they ain't nobody over 500 except for the Yankees in that
But-
division.
But
But
at
still,
the same time, though,
We
at the
losing
same
games
time,
we got no
Kirk-
business losing.
every game count, bro.
Yeah,
Especially right now when you're healthy, you got your good hitting power. Every game out. I don't want to see the Yankees give up out of the week. They done gave up two losses and 3 losses out of the week in the 8th and 9th inning. That hurt more. I'd rather see the Yankees lose outright and just didn't have it tonight and have it everything together on the defensive side and put up enough points and then hand the ball over to the relief pitcher and the relief pitcher go out there and be like, oh well, you gonna trust me?
well,
And
that's why they
this is
took
what
him out
happened,
the
and it hurt.
rotation.
And it hurt.
They took
It
him
hurt.
out the job. He lost the job. He's not the closer no more. They had to take him out. They had to let the other kid be the closer.
Wow.
It gotta be. You gotta have your setup man and your closer gotta be on point with this stuff. And
Did they sign him?
I know they're going by analytics and all this other stuff, but sometimes, man, if your pitcher's doing good, just let him close the goddamn game out. Damn.
Did they sign
Let
him
him
as a
close it
free
out.
agent or was he a trade?
He was a free agent signing.
Oh, okay.
Letting the pitcher pitch 5 or 6 innings and taking him out That's the NBA version of load management.
Yeah, but that's what all the teams do now.
Right. So all the teams are doing that
There's
now.
nobody pitching past 6 innings
Right.
for the most part.
Yeah.
If you
Well,
got- if you
Paying
got
them,
a-
they paying them too much
if you
money
got
now for them to
a
pitch
no hitter
longer.
going, or you got a real
Right,
low
that's a
pitch count,
difference.
then they're gonna let you pitch maybe 7 and even 8 innings. Sometimes even with a no hitter, these guys are getting taken out.
Right, they get taken.
Right.
So
Yeah,
I mean,
so I'm like,
it's a
so
different
it's not
world.
necessary. Now I need to just jump one more sport.
Go ahead, brother.
Let's go right into the NBA, and I want to go to one team in particular right off the bat. How do y'all feel about that thing? What happened with Giannis and the father?
The father was
With
wrong.
the other,
The father was wrong.
the father was wrong, and I say this much about it, that the father needed to issue an apology.
He did.
From
He
my
did.
policy.
He did.
Oh, I didn't see that part.
Yeah,
I
He
missed
did.
it.
Yeah, he
and, his
did.
son, and his son said he was wrong,
Right.
and
Yeah.
he's been banned from the rest of the playoffs.
Right.
He can't go to no more games.
And he messed up.
Yeah.
They're not even letting him go to the game.
Yeah, I know.
That's crazy.
That's crazy. You can't.
Shaq-
You
Your
can't
own
come.
son is a star of the team, and you can't go to the game.
Right. You can't. You can't.
That's how bad he messed up.
Right. He messed up.
That
Because
was-
I don't think that was necessary, unprofessional wise,
Oh yeah.
and it's not necessary. And I like the way Giannis kind of handled it, because it could have went a whole different
Oh yeah.
way.
It could have
Yeah.
got
Could've got
ugly.
ugly.
Could have got
It
real
could've
ugly.
got- and he would have been the bad guy if
Right.
he had done something like to the father. They would have put
Exactly.
right. So
Like, yo, you too big for that dude, ignore him, everything else. But I would like to say the Indiana Pacers, I think they got something going, because they coming into that season hot. And if they could keep that season going the way it is, all season long, I wasn't convinced that Cleveland was that team like that. Even though they've been playing hell of a basketball, but I don't think they could play a hell of a series for the team that's going to fight them back now.
I think
now
okay.
we get into a season where they're going to fight
see,
back.
now you talking my language. Now let me jump in this.
Go ahead, my brother.
I think Cleveland has to get the big men more involved. You can't have the two guards. They took 50 shots. Just
Well,
two players. 50
What's the name
shots.
had a terrible
Out of
game.
90-something shots.
Mm-hmm.
They took 50 shots. Now Garland didn't play,
Carlin ain't play neither, right?
right? So it was Ty Jerome
Mm-hmm.
and
Donovan Mitchell.
Donovan Mitchell.
One for
Between them they took over 50 shots.
Yeah.
You can't have that.
Right.
You got the defensive player of the year,
Right.
and he's also a good offensive player. Why is he not getting shots?
Right.
You can't have that, man. Come on.
All right, let me ask you a question. How long they going to be out
Indiana's
without
not a
Garland?
big team.
How long they going to be without Garland?
He's
He's supposed to play the next
He's
game.
supposed to play the next game, they say. But a
All
toe
right.
injury is usually
Yeah,
it takes a while.
It might take a minute, but still, they could beat that team.
Yeah, they
They
can.
just got. I think they was a little bit too hyped from all the media telling them how
Mhm.
good they are, and then they ran to a team that was playing hard.
Yes.
They got to bring their level up to Indiana's level, because they got as much talent as Indiana,
Yes,
if not
they do.
more. And they could beat them guys, but they just got caught a little bit sleeping,
Yeah.
and they got caught like that now. Because I honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if Cleveland take the next 4 games and it ends in 5,
Right.
because Indiana, they're up and down team.
Yes, they are.
They looked real good yesterday, but they could come back
Yeah, but
out and
Indiana
look real
played a
bad
great
the
series.
next
They
game.
played a great series against. They played a great series against Milwaukee also.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
but look at Milwaukee.
Look at Milwaukee got
Milwaukee
injuries.
had nothing. They had
Then it was,
Giannis and a
right.
bunch of guys that was from Huntsville,
Yeah, I know.
like you said.
I know, but when the teams start getting hot and they start peaking, that's
No.
a dangerous team.
Yeah, but they
That's a,
Yeah, but you got
they-
to look at who they played. They
Right.
played a team that was dilapidated.
exactly.
Them guys
And
wasn't, they didn't stand a chance.
their offense can be a problem if you don't
Yeah, it
prepare
could.
for their offense, because they run all the time. They run off of makes,
Mhm.
they run off of misses,
Right,
and they run the ball. If you're not prepared for
Right.
that,
right,
Right.
they're gonna get open shots.
right.
Yep.
And you think about it,
And now all they have to do is hold home court now.
right now, when you think about it, I'm not a Halliburton fan, but anybody else on that team, name one of those guys that you could say is actually a scorer. Really, nobody.
they not.
They know.
They feed. They basically feed off of each other.
Right. Well, they
Right.
feed off that offense,
Off
gets
that
them, gets
offense,
them
right?
looks.
That running offense.
It gets them looks.
Yeah.
That's it, man.
Mhm.
Yep. 'Cause
And they're professional players, so
If
you
you-
give them an open look, they can knock that
if
down.
you can slow that down
Yes.
and make them into a half-court team,
Mhm.
their offense
Right.
comes to a halt. It
And
really
their
does.
biggest
But you
guy.
got to make your shots.
Yeah, you do.
That's
But
how you
And you
stop
got to
it.
get them
Right.
rebounds.
Or
You
pound
gotta
the
make
ball
this right.
inside,
Right.
Right.
which hardly nobody does anymore.
You got to
Right.
make the shots.
Well,
That's
they got
big thing, 'cause
they got the team.
they
to,
Cleveland killed them was the 3-point shooting yesterday.
Yeah, they were
Because
bad.
they don't normally shoot that bad.
Yep.
They the
Right.
top percentage
Right.
shooting team in 3
Right.
points. They
Right.
shot, especially
Right.
Donovan.
Donovan.
Right.
What you say? He was 1 for 11,
Yeah, he was bad.
something like that
Yeah,
from
he's 1
3
for
point.
11, something
That's
like that.
crazy. He's not gonna have that kind of game again.
No,
Right.
but he
Can't
But you know
expect
what?
he was getting to the basket.
I was
though.
just saying he did the right
No,
thing.
did
He
it.
stopped.
Yeah, he stopped and he
Right.
started going to the
taking
hoop.
to the
Right.
hole.
But
Right.
still, once you miss that many shots to start the game and you put yourself in a hole like
Right.
they did,
Right.
they never got back. They got
Right.
close,
Because
but they
guys
couldn't
like
get over the
Strus
hump.
wasn't hitting.
Right.
Ty Jerome wasn't
Exactly.
hitting.
None of them was
Right.
hitting.
Right.
And those are
And
guys
then what's
that you
name got
normally
hurt?
count
Who's
on.
that?
Um,
Yeah.
Hunter.
Yeah.
He got hurt.
That
And I don't know
makes a
how
difference.
that's another thing. I don't know how that was not called a foul. On there,
What? On what?
when Hunter tried to dunk the ball, was it Benedict, whatever his name is?
Yeah, Matthew.
He Matherman blocked the shot, but what's the name said that they fouled.
Yeah,
no,
he got him
because he
with
hit him with
right.
the forearm.
He hit him with
right,
the forearm.
when he- in the air.
Right.
So I mean, how's that not a foul? I don't understand it. What are they looking at? And they looked at it.
Right,
They still
and
said
they
it.
still right, and they
That's
still,
what's killing me.
yeah, they
We
looked
all
at
looking
it,
at the same play. Like how you
And
come
they
up
I
with
looked
didn't
that
understand
decision.
that, man.
and they came up with that.
Right.
They didn't
Right.
say nothing about his arm being on the guy's
Right.
body when
Why
he was going
he's
up.
in the air?
That's a foul.
Yes.
Just because you ain't hitting him up
Up
at the
top.
top,
Right.
you got to look at the whole movement of the
Yes.
body. It's not just the top. And who was it? I think it was Stan Van Gundy was saying it might not look that bad, but no, it was Greg Anthony. When the guy's up in the air,
Right.
it don't take much
It don't
to knock
take
the
much.
ball.
Nope.
All you
Because
gotta do
somebody
is
else,
a little tap,
because somebody
And-
else had gotten
right?
hit
And fell.
and fell.
And it didn't look that bad, but
Right.
it's because you up in the air. You're not on the ground,
Right.
grounded. You up in the air.
Right.
That's
Just a little
that's
tap
true.
and
Oh,
take
yeah.
you out.
That's it.
And that's what happened
That's
with
true.
Mathurin, but they didn't
So-
see it.
So I would say, y'all say I'm going to say this. I'm going to say, and I'm going to just go with it.
God.
I'm going to say the Pacers. I'm going to say the Pacers.
I'm gonna write this down here, bro.
Yeah, I'm going to say the Pacers. I'm going to say the Pacers in 6 or 7.
Okay.
I'm going to say the Pacers in 6 or 7.
Okay. What
I'm
you,
also, huh?
what you think about the Knicks? Knicks
We
and
already got
Boston.
that bet. The Knicks, if they don't get swept, Knicks in 5, they gonna lose. Oh my God, they just had their championship last series.
Oh, shit. So,
Please
what-
tell Boston to take the gas off of them. They get ready to get it tonight.
All right.
Tonight, they gonna
So-
get it.
but- okay.
Right. 7:00.
that's like 7:00. So, what do you think about the other thing with Minnesota and Golden State?
I think that's going to be a hell of a game because Minnesota talking themselves into a fight, and I think Minnesota got enough to beat them. I think they got enough to beat them because I don't see enough firepower coming from Golden State. Only difference is if that game is close and it's in the fourth quarter, Steph Curry gonna light their ass up.
Okay.
But if they beat them outright, you will have to beat them outright, beat them by 10 points tonight.
Okay.
Because if that game is close. That light skinned dude got some kind of magic on him.
All right. What's the other one? Golden State. I mean, OKC and Denver.
OKC, I don't even see them fight beating them.
Yeah, me neither.
I don't even.
What Denver?
That can go 5 games, maybe 6 if you want to make it interesting. But I don't see the style of the basketball with the OKC getting up and down that court,
Right.
and it looked like them fighting a dinosaur. I'm just saying, I don't see them. Serge, do you see Denver even trying to take OKC down like that?
I'm gonna tell you, it all comes down to one guy, and that's Jamal Murray.
Yes.
If Jamal Murray played like he played when he's at the top of his game, they're gonna give him a struggle. They're not gonna win because I don't think they could win, but it could go at least 6 and maybe 7 if he plays well. If he doesn't play well, they might get swept because OKC just got it like
Because
that.
they're gonna
But
pressure
a lot
him.
of it,
Right.
depends on what Murray could do.
Yeah, Murray's gonna get pressure.
I like Murray. He's like Jimmy Butler when it comes to the playoffs. He shows out.
Yeah.
If he can show out, then they got a little fighter's chance. If he don't, then they done. That's
How
how
do
I
you feel
look
about
at it.
How you feel about the Knicks?
The
How you
Knicks.
feel about the Knicks in Boston?
That's the wrong. That's the wrong
you
person to
asking me
ask.
that? Check this out.
No, I'm asking.
If-
How many games you think the Knicks gonna win? We know they ain't gonna win it, but how many games you think the Knicks gonna win in Boston?
What's
Play
less
Boston.
than 0? What's less than 0, Green? That looked like an instant sweep to me. I'm gonna do the same thing I said when Detroit played them. They're gonna get swept. I was wrong about it, but that series was a lot closer than it should have been. And Boston is a heck of a lot better team than Detroit is, and they experienced. So I think if they lucky, they're gonna get one. And I don't think they're gonna get lucky. I'll be honest with you, Green.
Wow.
I don't think they get lucky.
Wow.
Hey, Kurt,
Now
do we
ask
still have
Kurt.
that bet? Do we still have that bet that the Knicks ain't gonna win 2 games? We bet the case of water.
Yes. Yes.
Kurt, I'm gonna let you get a walk. You can give me 1 full liter of water right now. You can come out of that bet.
No, I'm holding on to that bet.
No, he's
I'm
dreaming.
I'm holding on to that bet.
Are you consciously thinking that the Knicks, the way they just played, that they're gonna beat Boston 2 games?
Yes, I do.
Oh, 2 games.
Yeah, 2 games.
Not
Yeah.
winning.
No, I said
he don't
Boston.
think they're
I
gonna
said
win.
Boston in 6.
Hey, Margo. We didn't
Yeah.
bet the Knicks to win. We bet the Knicks how long they gonna survive.
Right.
Well, I agree Boston's a better team, but I think the Knicks can beat them at least twice.
Okay.
I believe that.
Yo, give him some more of that strawberry stuff because he's dreaming. He's dreaming big time. I know he took a bunch and he's still thinking like that. Yo, Green, don't worry about it. That case of water is on his way. You good to go, kid. Where you want it? In Atlanta or you gonna come get it here?
Yeah, listen. I'm gonna be here. I'm here. I just got back here on Saturday, so I'm here.
Okay.
I'm here
all right.
So
till
don't
next
go
week, and I'll be
way
right
too
back
far because
south.
by the end of the week you might be getting your water, kid.
Oh shit!
Yo, what's today? Today, yo.
I think it's
you
3
might be
games
right.
before the week's up.
It's
That's
three
right.
three games
Right,
before the week is up.
Yeah.
So by the third
Yeah.
game, we're gonna know.
Hey, Kurt,
if it's
Kurt,
3-0,
you my man and all, I'm gonna ask you the same thing. Do you want to take this walk?
No, brother.
When I'm gonna offer you another walk bet when they on the 2 and when they on the second game and the third game, I'm gonna offer you another walk. I'm gonna offer you another walk
Oh
because
my god!
I clearly.
Might push it to Saturday. 'Cause they
Yeah.
got
Yeah.
I'll be honest.
We're gonna be walking around the track.
You really
man.
gotta
Come on.
travel. They going to Boston, man.
I don't
they might
see.
take an extra day.
I don't.
They
I
might give
just
back.
don't
Yeah,
see
yeah,
it
just
to
to
where
extend it.
Right.
I just don't. Unless Bridges, which is the worst trade the Knicks have done in a while, unless Bridges come alive, they ain't gonna have no firepower. Because if Holiday come back and he gonna put the clamps and he gonna do whatever he can do on Brunson
Yeah,
in that damn town,
Yeah,
that's
Saturday.
a sloppy
Yeah.
playing boy.
And then they're
That's a-
playing on Monday, game 4.
Right, game 4 is Monday.
So
right.
so in 1 week's
I
time,
don't know
On
about
Monday,
that.
you could call back on next Monday when they up 3-0, and you
Right.
could offer him the out bet.
right.
Yeah. Make sure you call back when the Knicks win at least 2 games. Make sure you call back.
But I'll call you during the week, my brother. I got you.
I know.
And,
Okay.
we all in the same group, so
Yes,
I'm gonna
yeah.
give you props.
Okay.
If not,
All right.
I'm gonna send you. I'm gonna send you the water I like.
Oh, you the
Who's
water.
who's more banged up?
He said the
Boston's
water
more
you
banged up
like.
than they are?
Then the Knicks,
Water I like.
yeah, right now because of Holiday,
Drew Holiday,
I'm not worried about Holiday.
Tatum's wrist.
right, and
not
Porzingis
worried
is
about it.
iffy sometimes.
Yeah,
So-
but they, I mean, the Knicks for the most part they're healthy,
Right. Well, based on who they play,
unless
The
six-
unless
the
Brunson
11 guys they play
unless
is healthy.
Brunson twists his ankle.
Stop
again.
making excuses, man. Come
No,
on.
they gotta play
They
7
want-
8
they have
guys.
to-
I want
Yeah,
both teams to be
yeah,
healthy,
Right,
so we
right.
don't want to have to hear no excuses.
Oh, you're gonna hear that though.
Oh yeah, you're gonna hear excuses from the Knicks fans. Oh, we would have won 1 game if by next Monday this thing might be over.
Oh, dude.
Now,
Yeah. Okay.
I'm gonna tell you just like this: the Knicks gonna lose in the first quarter, like they did lose. Every game that they played against Boston and Cleveland, they lost in the first quarter.
They get blown out.
But I hope you got something you're gonna watch later on the day, bro. Because by the
They
first
gotta
quarter,
adjust.
when they drop that 40 piece in them in that first quarter,
Yeah.
you're gonna know.
Yeah,
And I'm a Knicks fan, and these dudes leave people wide open to shoot that 3. They're like they don't care.
At
They
least,
don't rotate back to the ball.
at
all.
least you don't sound like Matt. Matt be complaining about every little thing, man. Oh my goodness.
Attention
No,
to
no.
detail.
I know that I'd rather tell the ugly truth than the funky lie. The Knicks do not rotate back. And had Detroit even had any type of shooting on that 3-point line, they would have destroyed the Knicks.
But they
The
did.
3-point,
But they did.
because the Knicks leaving these dudes wide open.
Oh, Beasley
and they
can
get-
shoot.
they get ready to
Hardaway
be-
can shoot it a
They
little
get ready
bit.
to leave Boston wide open. Say, y'all can't even make the 2 shots. We
Beasley
good.
lost the game for them. What are you talking about?
Oh,
We ain't got nobody. We ain't got nobody to grab the read because our big man is up top with your big man. He over here playing around too. So y'all go ahead and shoot all you want. We ain't even gonna get the rebound.
Oh my God! All right, we gonna hold you to. We gonna hold on to that.
All right, but listen, man. I took enough of y'all time, and I appreciate the call. Look, y'all taking my call, man.
Yo,
You
No
guys
problem,
are great.
Green.
yo,
You
next
guys
time,
keep
next time,
doing what
yeah,
you're
next time
doing.
next time we gonna let it ring a couple of times or whatnot. Man.
Yeah, don't worry.
All right.
We got
As
you.
long as you guys keep doing what y'all good, you know everything. When you're doing good, good always gonna follow. So you guys keep doing what you're doing, man.
Yeah, I like that. I like that.
Thank
way
you,
it sounds,
brother.
brother. It sounds good.
All
Brother.
right, brothers, y'all be good, man.
You too, man.
Margo, we got to talk. We didn't get to football today.
all right.
We gonna talk. We gonna talk.
Yeah, okay.
But we gonna talk. We gonna talk after May 14th when the NFL schedule come
Yeah,
out.
okay. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make sure everybody here.
Because the
We're gonna
schedule
make
is
sure
May
everybody's
14th.
there.
I think it's the 12th or the 14th. That's when the NFL schedule look like.
Okay.
And
Okay.
y'all didn't sign a quarterback yet, right?
Yo, we got another call
We
coming in,
drafted
man.
Will Howard. That's what we drafted.
Hold,
All right. Well, y'all go ahead and do your thing. Y'all
All right.
talk to y'all brothers later.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
All right, brothers. Peace.
All right. Yes. Can we help you?
Yeah. What's up?
Oh, you sound like you walked right out the
That's
dentist,
Dave.
man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he sound like he still got that anesthesia.
Yeah, you sound like he punch drunk, man.
Yeah, definitely. Y'all doing a great job.
We know
You
this.
know, the,
We know this.
yeah.
Yeah, we got
Okay.
yeah, we got a new title for the show, man.
Yeah,
Tell him, sir.
three old men
I
talking
saw it.
sports.
I saw it. I've been there from the start to the.
Oh, so you heard it. How you like
Yeah,
the
yeah.
title?
You're doing great. Y'all doing great. 3 old men. I got you.
Oh,
What's
man.
up, Dave?
You'll never open up the phone lines, though, but
No, we
everything
did.
else is
Yes,
great. No complaints.
Okay.
He said,
It's a lot of rain. A lot of people listening. It's great.
Oh, that's good.
Uh-huh.
Because Coach
Yeah.
said we're gonna take calls after 5 o'clock,
yeah.
Green was on the phone.
Yeah.
and then Green was on the phone.
Yeah, it's after 6 now, almost. But yeah.
Yeah, he.
Anyway, yeah.
You all right,
You
bro?
all right?
I'm good. I'm ice up and watch the Knicks tonight.
Okay.
Hopefully they
Hopefully that stuff will wear off on you, man.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
it sound like
You might want to have another dose of that anesthesia because you might need it when the Knicks get pounded.
Oh, here we go.
That might aggravate your tooth.
it was gun surgery, but
Oh, okay.
nah. Hey, you just gotta play the game, and yeah, not to be fooled by anything. If they didn't win all season, in the playoffs, it's a different animal, and they ain't healthy. Maybe they'll be in the game. That's all I got.
Okay.
I don't know.
All right, I'm gonna
I
ask
don't know
you,
what the
Dave.
outcome gonna be, but go ahead.
All right.
So Knicks Celtics, what do you got?
I got the Knicks in my heart, but I think the Celtics.
And how many?
Wow, okay.
How many games?
The experts are saying they're telling me it's 3.
Well, we asking you though.
I know that. I'm trying to be with the experts. I'm trying to be an expert.
Okay.
But I'm also pulling for you so Green could pay you that water because you drinking special water because you're gonna have to go find it.
Yeah, he got special water.
Okay.
You
Well,
know he don't eat no chicken.
yeah, I
So
know.
you know
right?
he,
Yeah.
you know he drink that Perrier water or something. It's gonna be expensive.
Exactly.
So I gotta
Exactly.
I gotta run around town to
Yeah,
find a
you gotta
special
go
water.
find that gourmet water.
Okay.
All right.
Pacers and Cleveland. Who you got?
I think Cleveland's gonna come back, but
Okay.
not to be fooled. If Indiana, they could bring it. So you got to see to make a decision on that.
Okay.
I think Cleveland.
Okay. Minnesota and Golden State.
I think if Minnesota utilized their bigs properly, I think they could beat them. But Houston didn't utilize their bigs properly. They did, and then game 7 they disappeared. I think Minnesota,
Okay.
and I think OKC. Even though I think Denver could make that interesting, so I think it's going to be a lot of battles.
Okay, cool. All right.
We got you on record.
We got you down here, man.
How nice.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
Ain't no half stepping here, man. Come on.
You know, I'm starting to
Mhm.
wonder if he really got anesthesia or he just was hanging out with Green and got some of that moonshine. Sound like you a little tipsy there, kid.
Yeah.
Mhm.
What bar did you go to,
Yeah, you
man?
know what I'm saying? Yeah, you
Oh,
sound a little out of
I
it,
got
kid.
a portable bar,
Oh, that's
so
what.
you know.
Oh. You said you and Chef Primo wasn't hanging out, man.
You know?
Pretty much thinking.
Oh, okay.
Chilling.
How's
Matter of fact, we gotta confirm if they're gonna have the thing. I'm of course and we're gonna talk.
Still
my
was
bad.
here today.
Yeah, Steele came in right before the
Yeah.
show started.
Yeah, he was here, right?
So
Trying to
do-
get him to stay, but he said he had to run.
so right, because he's busy. But yeah, by next week we should know we're gonna have the Memorial Day function,
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
and then
I got something for
so hopefully we get Primo on board for that,
Oh, okay. That
and we kill 2 birds with 1 stone.
sound like a plan.
Yeah. And coach, I'm not middle of the road. I'm Yankees all day, every day, over the Mets.
Oh, you heard that
Listen,
part.
I heard that
Listen,
part. You heard
Oh, you heard
that
that part.
All day, every day, over the Mets. Even if the Yankees so, and we got swept by them last year, I'm still Yankees all day, every day.
Right.
Oh, okay.
If,
Now it's an if to it.
Yeah.
if Judge, the pitcher is suspect. If Judge continues to do what he do, he just needs the bats to rally around him, and I think they'll maintain first place.
Well, you got Paul
Yeah.
Goldschmidt hitting pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, what our intangibles are.
Right.
They gotta work on the pitching, and the bats gotta rally around Judge. That's all.
Okay.
Mhm.
And I think they'll be all right.
Oh, you sound like you know what you're talking about, man.
Until it don't work, that's what I'm talking about.
That's usually the case for all of us. We sound good until it backfires.
Exactly. What I
Mhm.
really meant.
Yeah, you know. But anyway,
man.
sound like you need some rest, D.
Yeah.
I'm good. I'm drugged up.
I
I'm just,
see.
We know that.
Okay.
That we could tell.
So what? You drove home?
No, my daughter took me.
Okay.
You know he
I'm
can't
good.
drive like that.
Yeah, I was about to
Could you
say.
imagine?
That's why I asked it with that. You
Yeah,
know?
please.
No, I'm
I
good.
don't think
I'm
they
good.
let you
Okay.
go without a driver.
Somebody
Yeah.
probably have to pick
You
him
gotta have somebody
Yeah.
take you. They're not gonna let you drive.
Yeah.
under those
You have to go
conditions.
back again?
Yeah, tomorrow.
Oh, tomorrow.
Uh-uh. I'll be good. But yeah,
Oh,
my daughter held me down.
that's good.
Shout out to her. And
Yep.
shout out to all the people tuning in
Yep.
and whatnot.
Definitely.
Shout out to the dentist.
All right, yeah. And Matt want to call in. So I'm going to leave the line
All right.
and whatnot. All right.
All right,
Good
Dave.
show, y'all. You're doing a great thing.
Yeah,
Thank you, brother.
Appreciate
Hey,
that.
we'll see you next
All
week.
right.
Yeah,
All right, Dave.
remember the new name. Remember the new name.
3 old men. I
Yeah,
got
but
you.
that's only for this week because next week Dave and Todd.
Oh,
might
then it'd be
back.
5
Then we'll
old
be
men.
back.
Yeah,
Yeah, then
Maybe
yeah.
6 if
we'll
Greg.
be
Greg.
first stop to the
Greg
last
will be
stop.
back also.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. Peace. Let Matt come in.
All right.
All
All
right.
right. Take care.
All right. All right, peace.
Matt ain't like what y'all said.
Oh,
About what?
oh,
the Knicks?
about what I said? Yeah.
So he calling in.
Yeah, he be saying some negative stuff on the Texas, man.
You
I
always
be
say
like,
negative
I be
stuff.
like, yo, man, you a Knicks fan or what, man? Oh, I don't like the way they play.
Look, he got to listen. He got to say it. You can't just be like
You can't be
ignoring it.
negative though.
Yeah, but you can't ignore it.
I ain't saying ignore it. I'm a realist. I want the
Right.
Knicks to win, but I do think
Right.
Boston gonna beat them.
Right.
But I think it's gonna be 6 games. You know.
Mm-mm-mm.
Well, I've always liked Brunson, so
Okay.
that's the one Nick I
Ever
like
since
on
when?
that team.
Ever since when?
Since I watched him play on the Knicks.
Uh-oh.
Decent player. I know you guys be killing him because y'all say he's like
He do
the black
pound the ball
hole.
too much.
He's the black hole.
Yeah. What do you want, bro?
Clutch.
What do you want, man?
Yeah. You saw that crossover? Huh? That crossover is gonna be in Nick Moore highlights for a very long time. I'm talking about the Brunson crossover that he had Thompson on skates for 3 and the game.
That was a Jordan crossover.
What's good, man? What's going on, bro?
A Jordan crossover.
All good, man. All good. Respect. First of all, Disco Superstar Dave, feel better, get better, my brother. All right, you know what I'm saying? That dumb surgery, I know it's a bit much for you.
Yeah.
I can hear it in your voice.
Yo.
But yeah, you'll recover.
Give him a shot of
You
Hennessy,
can,
man.
hear
He
it,
be all
you can
right.
hear it in his slurred sleep.
Give him a shot of Hennessy.
Yeah.
He be all right, shit, man.
I agree.
What's up?
I can't wait for tonight's game. Like, listen, I got the Knicks winning 2 games the most, but I don't think they got enough firepower unless what my man Buddy Hield did yesterday. That's the type of support the Knicks are going to need other than Brunson. Like, Towns has to play like Towns. We need 25, 10, 5 from him. But you're going to need Hart, Ginobili, and everybody else on deck just to have a chance to beat Boston, in my opinion.
Well, they have to get the ball. You know, that's Brunson's job. Get them the ball.
Yeah, but see,
that's a point guard.
Yeah,
job.
They
but
not
listen,
making their shots.
Curry, if you look at the game, listen, it's his job to find a way to have that offense generate to where they click on all cylinders.
True.
Curry didn't bring up the ball most of the game yesterday until they needed him.
Curry don't normally bring up the ball.
Yeah, we just were talking about that.
Curry don't normally bring up the ball. Green mostly brings up the ball.
Well, the offense generates through Curry, and with the Knicks offense is generated with Brunson.
That's true too.
My point is, regardless who brings up the ball or not, the bench has to do their job. Hart has to hit like 15 to 20 points. Towns have to play like Towns. Ginobili have to. I mean, just to have a chance against Boston in all reality.
And what Bridges is doing.
Yeah, he didn't mention.
Bridges is too inconsistent. Yeah, he's too inconsistent.
Well, he did.
Sometimes they leave him open.
He did make some key shots in that 7th game. That tipping off the glass late in the game.
Yeah, but we're talking about Boston. Detroit's a whole different
I know that.
team.
Right, you're right.
So, right. We're talking about Boston now, right? I'm talking about if they want to get past Boston, and then if they do, you got to beat the best. In order to play, you got to play your best in order to beat the best. I think if they get past Boston, there's a possibility they can get to win the East is a possibility because I think they can beat Indiana or Cleveland. Playing the way they played that last game. Okay. Now they were just way too inconsistent with Detroit, man. But it is what it is. But I'm enjoying the Western Conferences. That's an exciting series. That I knew that was going to be an exciting series, but. Let me just say a couple of points. Harden, in my opinion, he had enough chances to prove himself. Every game 7 he fell. I don't even know why they went with him that long. I kind of blame Lou. Look, he wasn't performing in the first half. Like, you got to make some changes. No. Game 7, this guy, he was the worst. The ball's in his hands all the time.
Well, how many assists he said he had? 13. He had 13 assists.
Yeah, but it's the other things that he wasn't doing.
He wasn't looking to score. He wasn't looking to score. And who you gonna bring in? You can't even name who their backup point guard is.
Well, listen, you got to try something else. If they was getting blown out,
well then okay,
they didn't get blown out in the third quarter.
Yeah, you're right. I can't argue with you with that.
Yeah, I'm like, come on, man. Like, you seen this before with him? I don't know, but the Clippers team is a pretty good team on paper.
Yeah.
They're a pretty good team on paper. You got Powell, Kawhi.
Right.
Zubac is that guy, he played. You got enough pieces. I don't understand. I don't understand what Tyronn Lue did there, but he just took it from him. But, whatever. This was a good team.
I don't think he could have done anything about it, man, because
the series of what?
Either.
Golden State Timberwolves. I do not know who's going to win that series. That's going to be interesting to watch. I think that's going to go 7.
in my opinion.
Mhm.
That's a toss up to me. You know, but I'm definitely. I got OKC coming out the West
I do.
and winning it all, except for if they play Boston. That might be a little challenge. So, but that's my thing.
Okay.
You know.
Okay.
Yeah. And also, one more thing.
Go ahead,
For
bro.
the record, the Giants wanted an all-black pass quarterback. They tried to get Cam Ward, but the Titans said absolutely not. So that's just for the record. We can put to bed now
So hold up.
that the Giants.
So they was going to trade up for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were giving up 2 first rounders for him.
So it was Cam Ward or nothing. And then not Shador as like a
Basically,
second.
No. Well, their second, the B plan was to get the kid that they drafted, the quarterback.
Jackson
What's his
Dart.
name? Yeah, that was their B plan, and they got him. They traded up
Right.
in the end of the second round to get him.
The late first round.
Late first round. You're right. Late first round. They traded up, so that was their second choice. Shador wasn't on their radar after that.
Okay.
You know, so whatever. You know, but the football season is going to be very interesting. But we'll talk about that later.
Yep.
Tonight's game, I think it's going to be a blowout. Unfortunately, in my opinion, I think Boston is just on all cylinders. They just trying to sweep the Knicks or maybe 5 games. So we'll see. But here's another thing: if Indiana beats Cleveland, I think Cleveland's in trouble.
Again,
I
you
think
mean
Cleveland's in
second
trouble.
game.
If they go up 2-0 going to Cleveland, Cleveland's in trouble.
Oh,
Yeah.
definitely. You can't go down 2-0. You can't lose your first.
Can't go down
game
2-0.
at
Two
home.
at home.
Yeah, you definitely
That's
can't.
crazy.
That's
That's
uphill
crazy.
Here's the difference. That kid, Garland, he's a key piece to them being, the team that they are.
Right.
Without him, they found. See, that's good coaching. That coach found something without Garland to take advantage of Cleveland totally. So they look inept on defense.
They look
They look in, like they're a good defensive team.
well, it ain't like
But the
Garland
coach-
stopper. Come on now. It ain't.
Say again?
That's not why they lost.
It was a 3-point shooting.
Right.
The
Yeah,
3-point
but-
shooting killed them.
You have to. He put those players in position to be successful. That's your job as a coach. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, he
and that's
did.
what they did.
played-
Nembhard was
played
hitting.
well.
They all
They
him. I mean, listen. That's the game I seen. We'll see. They couldn't do nothing with them.
Mm-hmm.
But Garland is a key piece to Cleveland. If a toe injury, I had that before. If the lateral movement that you need in the type of player he is, if he's not 100%, it's going to show.
Of course.
I don't care.
Yeah.
Yeah. You need lift. You need cut. If his toe is not 100%, and Indiana wins the second game, Cleveland's in trouble.
Yeah,
Well,
they will
They're in
be.
trouble.
They get the best of care,
But you got to realize, like I said, Cleveland was 9 for 38 from 3-point line. They got outscored by 30 points from the 3-point line. That don't normally happen to them. They're a much better 3-point shooting team. Matter of fact, like Mungo said, they're the top percentage shooting team in the league as far as 3-pointers go. You can't expect them to shoot 29% again.
Right.
So if they could clean that up and play a little more defense, they shouldn't really have a problem with Indiana. They are a better team than Indiana. They got more talent than Indiana, but they just got to play like it.
But yeah, Indiana had their role players step in and hit big shots. Nembhard, the other guy, Neesmith. These guys are playing roles on a quiet tip. They say, okay, you speak on us if you want to. And,
Yeah, but those are guys that you can't count on Nembhard to be shooting 3-pointers like he did the other day.
And he killed us in the
that kind of
playoffs. I'm not
shooter.
saying that he's going through the whole series, but he's the one that stole the game from us last year, in my opinion. We should have been playing Boston. That shot that he hit to steal the game, that's the game that we should have won.
But you
It should
said
have sent us to.
he stole one game, and that's what he did yesterday.
That's all you need, though, in the playoffs. One person to steal one game that's not supposed to, right?
It ain't
That's
never. Yeah, if you're going 7, but if you go if it's in games 1, that's you stole that game. Yeah, you got the home court advantage, but you ain't clinched nothing. But now you're in game 7, you done stole the series. Then
one game can change the whole series around. I'll give you for instance. That dunk changed the whole Denver series around. If he doesn't make that dunk and they lose that game, I think the Clippers win it 4-2. That's the difference. You need players. The Knicks need players off the bench, such as Deuce, that have a game of their life in order for them to advance. That's my, if one game changes the whole series.
Well, they got home field advantage
Yeah,
now,
but-
so
yeah,
they,
but not. Yeah,
all
but
they
not,
got to do is
not-
hold on
Yeah,
to
but
it.
not the first game of the series. No,
All they got to do is
Well,
hold on to it, though. They got
I can
home
see
field
something
advantage.
game 3 or 4. I can say that. Yeah, not the first game of the series. Nah.
But
Now-
your goal as a road team is
You can recover after the first game. You're right.
Right.
But,
Your goal is
right,
to
one game is vital, is my point.
Yeah, but you can't lose both
The
from
Clip-
home. You
right.
can't.
You lose both.
You
then,
like
yeah,
you
you're
in trouble. Right.
But the road team, obviously, their goal is to at least
Yeah,
split
at least
this-
split. Right.
Right, at least
And they
split.
got that.
Right, they did that. So now
Yeah.
the cards is in their hand because
Right.
now it's like
Yeah, but now they
let's
got-
really
Right, now,
They
right.
got-
Now
they
it's
got a
pressure.
whole home-
Now they got to hit threes.
They got to
Well, they gotta win. They gotta win the game.
That's
Win the
what
game.
happened with the Denver and Clippers series. The Clippers had taken home court from them,
Right.
but then Denver turned around and took it back.
Took it
Right.
right back.
And that's why they ended up winning
Yeah.
game 7 because
right,
it was
'cause
in
it's at
Denver.
home,
Yeah.
right,
If it wasn't in Denver, they might not have won that game.
Right.
Right.
But they stole
Right.
it.
right.
And
Right.
that was the
It-
difference.
Right. Same thing with what was Golden State? Golden State was on the road, right?
Golden State lost 2 games.
Right.
Yeah.
Golden State lost back-to-back games,
Right.
and the game 6 was in their house.
Right.
But they went to Houston, beat them because of Buddy Hill. He played the game.
That's
I've
right.
never seen him play that
That's
a game like that
that's what
before.
we just
He
Well,
found
I didn't
out.
watch him,
He played
but he had the game of his
well.
life.
Well, he played well
well,
against when he was on Philly last
but
year.
Houston didn't show up yesterday.
Yeah, he played lights out.
Right from the beginning, you could tell that Houston was not playing the game that they played in game 5 or game 6. They were aggressive.
Was it Golden State's defense? You got to give them credit. The defense
I ain't
played
gonna
well.
say that.
Well,
You got to give them credit.
I like you said, no one expected Buddy Hill to have 9 of 11.
Nobody.
And if you got that, and you got Steph on the floor, and
Exactly.
you got
But
JB on the floor.
the kid hit a 40-40. You know it was his day. You know what I'm saying?
It
And
was his
the
night.
veterans recognize that.
It
And,
was his night.
yeah. So, all right, let me get off this phone. I know your lines is burning up there in New York. Yo, good talking to y'all fellas, man. Y'all
man.
stay
All
up,
right,
man.
You take
Yeah,
care of
keep
yourself,
rising up,
brother.
do your thing, all right?
All right.
Coach,
Yo,
Alex,
man,
all right.
give me a call about the box if everything else is still good with it.
Okay, I'll hit you.
All right, cool.
I appreciate you, Coach.
All right, brother.
Keep
Man.
rising up, my brother. Keep rising up, my
Keep
brother.
rising
Likewise,
to
brother.
the top.
Likewise.
All right, one.
All right, brother.
All right.
Yeah, man. What we got? It's 6:08. We coming up down the stretch here. This once again, first stop to the next stop. We're gonna wrap it up. We're gonna go around the world with everybody here and see what you did. If you got anything, last things you want to talk about.
Well, we didn't talk about the Lakers yet.
Well, that's because they're no longer relevant right now. You know?
Right.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, those games was
Yeah, he just
while we were gone.
Yo, Todd, that's for
those
you, Todd.
L's.
That's for you, Todd.
While we was gone, those
Todd,
Let's be
L's.
honest. Let's
Todd,
be honest, Todd.
he over here punching your chair.
No, but we ain't talk about the. We ain't really talk about the
The Bakers.
the Giannis situation.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Bro, I want to know one
Yeah.
thing, and I think y'all touched on it a little bit. That last game with Detroit and the Knicks, Jalen Brunson, everybody in the universe, I'm not even going to say the world, the whole universe knew that Jalen Brunson was going to get that ball.
Yes.
Why didn't they have 3 guys on him?
I said the same thing.
They
Remember,
should've-
I
at
texted
least
you. I
bring
said they
somebody
should have
run
doubled
at
it.
him.
They
Yeah, at
should
least
have
somebody
had
run
2,
at him.
3
Should've
guys.
doubled.
Yeah.
Make somebody else beat you.
Right.
He's
Right.
either gonna dribble it out and take a bad shot, but he had a wide open shot because he all he
Right.
had to do was shake one guy.
Yeah.
Right.
Everybody in America knew he was getting the ball, but yet they didn't play him like he was that guy.
Yeah.
I couldn't understand that. I swear to God,
Yeah,
still don't
I mean,
understand it.
I would have doubled it. If I'm,
I mean,
if I'm the
you
opposing
expect
coach.
right. You were expecting. I know what you're saying exactly, but I guess you're expecting anybody, NBA pro, to make a wide open jumper.
Yeah, but
They was down 1, right? They was down 1. So
Was it one?
I think it was 1.
Yeah,
And you know anybody can make that jumper.
you know, it took was one move.
That's it.
But that was the Jordan move on Byron.
Yo,
Russell.
I get
he
that.
Didn't even,
I
he
get
didn't even
that.
have to put his hands on the
But
horn,
Yeah,
I
because he
mean,
did stumble. It looked like he did.
man.
He stumbled
yeah,
a little.
he did stumble, but it didn't touch him. But still, if you got another guy there, the shot's
Right.
not wide open.
Right.
Come on now.
Right.
I think that was poor coaching
Yeah.
on Detroit's
Anybody
part.
else but him.
Right. Anybody
Right.
else. I don't care.
And
I don't care who it is. If somebody else would have beat them, I would have been like, okay. Not, but you let Brunson, of all people, the guy you
Right.
know is the guy that they
Right.
want you to beat them. That's like letting Steph Curry hit the last shot, or
Right.
or whoever, Anthony Edwards. You got to take the ball out of these
Right,
guys'
and take a
hands.
chance on
Right,
somebody
on
else.
somebody
shooting
else
the ball.
making a shot.
Right,
You don't
somebody
let the
else shooting the rock.
superstar do it.
Right, and he is their superstar.
Yeah, no doubt.
Unfortunately, yeah.
So how do y'all feel about him getting Clutch Player Award?
But that's over the course of a season.
I'm just saying because y'all always saying something about him.
He still pounds the ball too much.
I'm saying, but they give him the clutch because he's clutch.
But he still pounds the ball too much.
I understand that, but in the end, he's clutch. That's what I'm
Somewhere
saying.
down the line, what
Yeah.
Serge said
It's
is
going
going
to catch up to him.
It's going to happen.
Right, it's going to catch
Somewhere
up.
down the line, it's going to happen. So enough of that talk.
And it might be right now.
All right.
It might be. 'Cause I don't think Boston's gonna let him beat them. That's like the Knicks letting Jason Tatum beat them.
And you know
You
what?
gotta take the ball out of the
his
star's
hands.
hands.
You
You
got
got
to.
to.
I always say this, even though I want Giannis, and even though we traded Bridges to y'all, I've always said to myself, do not trade in your division. Send them players to the West, right?
Okay.
And now here we are with Boston, and Porzingis is right there waiting to play the Knicks.
Yeah, but that's not their fault because they traded.
Yeah, I
him
know,
to
I'm just
Dallas.
saying.
But he's been
Yeah, he's been places.
He's been places.
Yeah, I know he's been
Man,
places,
come
but
on.
I'm just saying, you know,
I mean, it just
Y'all
happened to
supposed to
work
hold
out
on to
when he
that
came
dude.
back. Well,
y'all supposed to hold on to that dude.
No, yeah.
well, he didn't want to be there,
He
and they
didn't want to
didn't,
be
and
there.
they
And he
didn't
was
want
coming
him.
off an injury.
Right,
Come
Right,
on,
and they
no,
didn't
no.
want him. There was a lot of excuses why they got
Right.
rid of him.
Okay, I got a couple of questions here.
Real quick.
NBA teams that's been to the finals more than twice and didn't win since 2000.
Nets.
Very good.
Yeah, you know the Nets is the
You
number
must have
one
saw that
answer.
question so well.
No,
No,
come
I'm a
on,
Nets
man.
fan.
We know he's a Net fan. Everybody know that one. How many is there?
There's just one. That's the
See, look at that. That's a Nick question there.
Right.
Yeah.
That's a Nick question.
Yeah.
If-
You
if
must
he
have
don't-
looked that
if
up.
he
No,
would-
I'm a Nets
No,
fan.
if he'd have asked that question since 1990, then we could have put the Knicks
Right.
right there with them. But no, he went
Exactly,
2000.
he cut it.
He cut it. He didn't say all
cut
time.
it.
He said 1990.
That's not right.
Yeah, that's
not
all
right.
right. That's a Nick
not
question.
right,
I'm
Kurt.
telling you. That's hey,
Yeah.
that's how it go. You
NBA,
got that
okay.
one. You
All right.
got that one. We let you
Right,
get this
right.
way with that one.
And we answered it quick too.
You
Yo,
sure
you
did.
answered it
Yeah,
quick.
I knew the answer.
Oh, okay.
I knew what the answer. I just didn't want to say it because I knew what you was trying to set up. Slick Nick question.
Yeah. All
Let's
right.
ask the same question since 1990. Who's been to the finals that ain't won? Let's who
Right.
who joins the list then?
Right.
We know the Knicks do. Oh, slick coach since 2000. Mungo.
Yo, it's funny.
But you know why since 2000? Because the Knicks ain't made it to the finals since
Right.
then.
Right.
Yes,
So
we
let's
did.
win.
What was Sprewell?
It wasn't Houston. Wasn't that in the 2000s?
That was before.
No, that was
that was
No,
before.
the Spurs. Wait, we played the Spurs
Oh yeah, I think
And we
was
played
one,
the
was either
Houston.
one of them.
in the two.
I don't
One of
know.
them was.
I think you're right.
One of them was.
So the
Sprewell was with
question
Houston?
was twice, huh?
Was Sprewell with Houston?
Yeah, that was Houston
Sprewell.
when Sprewell
We played
played
against
against.
No,
Yeah.
was he with Allen Houston? Was he a teammate?
Yes.
Okay, so
Yeah.
that's the Sprewell team.
Right.
That was in 1999.
Knicks playoff record.
I know we played the Spurs in an odd year. It was an odd year.
Yeah, I thought that was 1999.
Oh, yeah, but then we played Houston.
No, that's 1995.
You sure about that?
Yeah, they was in
Right.
that was the Jordan years.
Yeah, when Jordan was out.
Yeah, that's the 90s.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. You got it up there?
I'm trying to see what year it was that they lost.
Okay. I'm gonna go to another
They
question.
lost in either 95, 96.
The Spurs was in,
The Spurs lost to
99.
the Heat.
and the Rockets was earlier than that.
earlier than
Yeah,
that. Yeah.
95.
Okay.
So that so let's
Right,
say from
from
1990
Nine.
from
Just say
1992
1990s. Just say the 1990s.
yeah, from the 1990s to now, how many teams have been there
Right.
twice and lost?
Right.
Let's say that.
Right. It'll be Knicks, Utah, and the
Yo, we
Nets.
ain't letting
Yeah,
we ain't
it
letting
sound-
coach do no more trivia.
It sounds
He
better.
tryna-
It sounds better from the
for
2000s.
2000. Yeah, I know.
It has a better ring.
Yeah,
to it.
got a bet. Yeah,
Knicks, Utah. I think
I know
it's
every
Utah.
Knick fan out there is having a good laugh right now.
Right.
That's all right, y'all.
All right, here we go. Another question here.
Yeah.
All right, 4 teams that are named after bears. There are 4 teams.
The Bears,
Okay, Chicago Bears.
Grizzlies,
Grizzlies, another one.
Yeah. Well, you talking about all sports?
All sports.
Cubs.
Cubs.
uh,
You won't get the last one.
yes,
won't
we
get the
will.
last
I
one?
promise
Yes,
you
we
won't.
will.
No, you won't.
Why? It's a hockey team?
Nope.
It's a basketball team?
No, I'm sorry. It is a hockey team.
Yeah, I thought that had to be. That's why he said no, because it had to be a hockey team. What's the
Oh,
hockey
the
team? that-
Yeti.
Who? Yetis.
no.
No.
NHL,
That's a
NHL,
cooler. That's a cooler.
Yeah.
NHL,
Oh,
NHL.
man.
Yeah, well, that's hockey, right?
I'm trying to think.
Yeah, I'm trying to
NHL
think.
team.
Too. Let's see.
We
The
talking
Bruins.
There you go.
Bruins, right?
Right, Boston Bruins.
There you
I was
go.
thinking polar bear. That's why I said Yeti.
Bruins.
That's why I said Yeti.
But he
Yeti.
said we ain't gonna guess. It had to be hockey. He's trying to throw a hockey. I'm surprised it wasn't the Nets. He ain't throw the Nets in there somehow.
Okay. 6 players
Okay.
have played in the NBA, only hit 1 3-pointer in their career.
6 players have played in the NBA.
Only hit
Only
one.
hit 1 3-pointer.
Only 1 3-pointer.
And they all stars?
Yeah, they're all pretty much starters.
Must
and
be
name players.
must be a center. Ralph Sampson.
No,
Shaq?
Shaq is 1.
Get the what? I gotta find that game.
Shaq is 1.
You know he ain't shoot
A
them.
lot. Patrick Ewing.
No, you know he shot them.
Yeah, he shot. He's had a couple.
That's like saying Olajuwon.
I was gonna say Elijah.
Yeah.
No, he's another guy who could shoot from the outside. You gotta think of big guys that can't shoot worth a
Right.
damn.
Well, one might surprise you.
Think of the Nets.
Tim
No.
Duncan.
No,
Who
ain't
you got on the list?
Ain't no
the
Nets.
Nets.
Ain't
Oh,
no
ain't
Nets
no
out
Nets.
here.
Will be on
Ain't
there.
no Nets.
Tim Duncan.
No,
Yeah, he ain't never shot threes.
no, he's not. But he's not on this list.
I would say LeBron, but I know he's
LeBron.
no only because
Right.
the hater pill. He always find a way to put LeBron in the
We
negative
got
column.
one left.
No,
We got 5
there's
left.
5 left.
They play now.
No, all of
None
them,
of them
all
play?
of them retired.
All
John
of them,
Green, where you at?
all of them retired.
All of them retired.
Who played during the 3-point era?
Kareem?
Yeah.
Kareem is another.
Yeah, okay,
Wow.
that's a good one. That's a real good one.
He was a skyhook
From
way out there?
Yeah, from 3.
Yeah, from 3, it might have been.
I have to look that one up.
Oh, shit.
I figured it was centers.
Okay.
Centers
They
dominate
the
the
all
list.
centers.
Centers dominate the list.
2 more centers, 2 more power forwards.
Right.
Karl Malone.
I was
No.
just about to say
No,
Carl.
not Karl Malone.
The power forward they can't shoot worth a damn.
1 be on NBA.
Oh,
Kevin McHale.
Ben Wallace.
No,
Kevin McHale.
no,
What? He's not on there?
no.
I could have sworn Kevin hit a 3.
1 used to play for the Lakers.
Michael Thompson.
That's
No.
what I was gonna say.
Michael Thompson was a jump shooter.
Yeah, but
I'm
it's still,
saying he's at shooting threes.
Trying to think of who.
Did they have 3s when he played?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the other
They had
thing.
the 3-point line.
Yeah. Michael Cooper used to shoot the 3s. He was on that team.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
that's
you're
true.
He came after Kareem. Remember that. Michael Thompson came after Kareem.
Right.
Yeah, I know he did.
Yeah. So 3s was out.
West or East?
This guy played with the Lakers.
Oh, that's right. He did say that. The Lakers, a big guy that played with. Who's a non-shooting power forward that played with the Lakers?
Vlade.
No. He was a young guy too when he played.
The dude after Vlade. What was that dude?
Paul
name?
Gasol?
No, before Paul, but
Paul
after
Gasol?
Vlade.
No, it's not Paul.
It's before Paul, but after Vlade. That dude that dang, I forgot. I'm right?
Yeah, you right.
I forgot his name.
You right.
They thought he was an up and coming dude. He's supposed to be
Yeah.
this great dude.
Young guy came in like 18, 19 years old.
Michael.
No.
Oh, that's not him.
You know who I'm talking
Yeah, I
about.
know he was going back and forth with Shaq in a game.
Right. And Shaq was they
dunked in
bumped
Sha-
him on.
right.
He bumped
He
him
dunked
hard.
in Shaq's face.
Right.
Okay.
And then he
Spun
spit
off
on
him.
Shaq.
Bro,
Right.
spun off him.
Dang, what was
I
his
can't picture
name?
the guy.
Andrew Bynum.
Andrew Bynum. There you
Bynum.
go.
Right.
You
Yeah,
should have said a net. He was a net too, wasn't he?
he was.
He didn't play for them,
Yeah, I
I
think
believe.
you're
I
right.
wasn't a fan.
I believe he
you're right.
played for the
His-
Nets
his-
at one time.
Yeah, his knees was kind of
Yeah,
Yeah.
his was bad.
Because he
Yeah,
played for a lot of
Andrew
teams
Bynum.
after.
Right.
The people
Right,
was
he
picking
did,
him
right.
up.
Okay,
See, I
this
told
guy-
you he'd get a net in
No,
there.
I didn't even think of that one. Shit. Oh wow, shit. Yeah, that's crazy. Okay, this guy played with Cleveland with LeBron.
Oh, Tristan.
No, not Tristan.
Mozgov.
He's still playing.
Oh, Z.
Mozgov.
No, Verizon. Anderson Varejao.
Oh,
Varejao.
Varejao.
Varejao, right.
Okay, yeah, he couldn't shoot.
Okay. Matter of fact, this guy played with. I think he played with Cleveland. I know he played with Utah Jazz. He was a star with Utah Jazz.
Mark Eaton?
No, forward.
I only know
Yeah,
Call.
that's the only forward I could think
Nah,
of.
you
I
know
don't know
this
the
guy.
backups.
You know this guy.
Yeah, I can't say Byron Russell because I know he could shoot. Who the heck played for Utah that couldn't shoot?
And this other guy played with the Knicks.
Oh, you got Nick in there?
There's two more left.
He played with the Knicks.
Both of them were forwards.
Well, I could tell you who it was for one game, John Starks.
Oh shit! Oh my god! Oh my god!
I gotta put that. Yeah, I gotta
Kenny
put that.
Walker?
No, that was a good guess. What's that 3 pointers?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, he ain't that.
3 pointers came out in the 80s.
Okay, this guy. Okay.
Anthony Mason,
No,
Charles
Charles what?
Oakley. Yeah, I'm thinking Oakley.
Yeah, Charles Oakley.
this one guy that was with Utah. He played with a guard that came to the Nets.
Oh, he played with Williams. So who is that?
Y'all should know that.
Who
He
played with
played
Williams?
with a guard that came to the
Williams.
Right.
What's his name?
They both was on Utah.
Williams was a star, and then he came to the Nets, and
Came to the Nets.
he was a scrub. You know who I'm talking about?
Deron Williams.
Deron Williams, right? Who's the guy? Who's the forwards on that Utah Jazz team that
You should know.
Deron Williams?
And he
played
came with the Nets?
This guy was a
No,
star. He
Deron came, but he played with Deron in Utah.
And he went to Cleveland, I think, for a little bit too. This forward.
Mm.
You should know that. This guy be on NBA TV sometime.
Wow.
Put the stuff in his hair. Didn't you send something?
I did.
Yeah, with the guy had the stuff in
Oh,
his hair.
Carlos
There
Boozer?
you go. Yeah.
Why
You know what? I wouldn't
Why
even
did you say
thought
avocado man?
that. Yeah, that's what
His head
that's
look-
what Todd
that's
wrote.
what I wrote that.
Oh, that was
Like
you
an
that wrote that?
avocado. Yeah,
Oh, okay,
it looked like
okay.
an
I thought
avocado on
Todd
his
wrote
head.
that.
He had that skin that looked like
You're right,
like
yeah.
one of them Haas avocados.
Right.
Even his beard. He do something with his
Yeah,
beard.
he did something. They messed him up with
That
that
was a funny.
haircut.
That was a funny story he gave. He's like, yeah, and I had 20 points.
And guys
20
was
rebounds
talking
that day.
junk.
Yep.
He said, so you know the camera was on me that day. I had a great game.
Yeah.
The other guy was David Lee.
David
I wouldn't
Lee.
have got that. I wouldn't
Yeah.
have got that.
David Lee.
Yo, I was looking this thing up.
And I thought David Lee, he was a good player. I guess he wasn't a shooter.
That's John, right? That must
John
be
Green,
Is it?
I don't know. He taking it to the wire.
Let's stop to the next guy. Who we got?
Man, it's your number one rookie veteran. One of your favorite train operators.
Uh-oh.
The nose hunter.
What's good, man? What's good? How you been, man?
I've been pretty good, man. You know, I ain't called up in a while, man. Just called up to show some love, man.
Thank you,
Thank
brother.
you.
Thank you, man.
Thank you.
How the job treating you, man?
Trying to go to the B division, man. Just got out of school car. Trying to see, trying to how you guys say, learn the new trains. I'm about to pick and go to the B division. So I'm gonna see how it goes. Finishing up at A.
Okay.
That's what's up.
Yeah, but
Okay, bro.
I just want to ask you guys something, man. I know I want to stay off topic. You know, I know you guys, another sport, but what you guys thought about that, man? That Canelo versus Skull and that Devin Haney return. I just want to know your opinion.
I thought that Canelo fight was boring as hell, man. Oh my god, man. Now I know Skull was kind of running around the ring and whatnot, but
Yeah, they said he wasn't even trying to fight him.
yeah, Canelo just didn't. I didn't see him
get a
cut.
chance to
He didn't
see
cut
it.
off the ring or nothing like that to try to to get him. I just didn't understand it, man.
Let me ask
Do
you.
you think Canelo got too much miles on him?
I think that
Yeah,
too.
he's getting up.
He ain't knocked nobody out in a while.
But let me ask you, did it look like Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson?
No.
Did it remind you of that? Because that's how it sounded when you described it.
Man, you know how many arguments I got over that fight, and people was talking about, what's Mike Tyson? I'm like, yeah, but he's 60.
He's
Yeah,
sick, right?
Exactly. That's a big
Exactly.
difference.
It's not Mike Tyson. It's
Right.
Mike Tyson.
Yo, I
There's a
put
difference.
I had
You can't
texted
put
I
no
had texted
emphasis
these
on
guys. Who was the last good fighter that Canelo beat?
He beat Caleb Plant. He beat
forgot
Caleb
about
Plant.
Plant.
I would say Caleb Plant was probably the last. I would say elite fighter. Caleb Plant that was undefeated,
Okay.
and that was Billy Joe Saunders. He broke his eye socket.
He fought,
That was the last one.
He fought Triple
That-
G.
Right, he fought Triple Z.
Triple G, Billy Joe Saunders, Caleb Plant.
Okay.
I thought he could have beat Bivol, but he didn't jab enough. You know, I just think that he just got miles. I mean, his miles is catching
Yeah,
up
no,
with him.
it's catching up. It's catching up. That's why I'm not so crazy about the supposed fight with Crawford,
With Bud, right.
because that fight should have been 5 years ago.
Right.
maybe. Now he's got like you said, he's got too much mileage on him. These guys
Well-
wait too long to fight the good guys because, like I said earlier, they don't want their record to look bad.
Yeah.
But Crawford also coming up in
Moving up
almost
in
3
weight.
weight classes, and he's
Yeah.
also, remember, he's older than Canelo Alvarez too, so his miles might be starting to show
Yeah,
too. When he
yeah.
fought Madrimov,
Yeah,
he got hit too much for me.
Right.
Yeah.
It might be an old man fight.
Yeah, I
It just-
think
No, right.
you're right about that. I think that extra weight though is gonna slow
Weight
him up
plus-
a lot.
Weight plus age don't really go together.
Yeah, no, I really don't.
Yeah.
You're right
But
about
let
that.
me ask you a question, because the only
Yeah,
real
yeah.
fight that I saw this weekend was that Japanese kid they called Monster. He looked pretty good. You ever see him?
Are you talking about Indyweight?
Yeah.
He actually won 40. Actually, I bet $2. I won $40 on that. It was but see, he's not invincible. He's been put down before.
Yeah, no,
so,
he got put down on Saturday. He got put down.
yeah. I
Well,
think
yesterday-
Indyweight is good. He had a good fight with Steve Fulton. Fulton had a good Fulton's a good fighter. I just think Fulton needs to work on certain things, but he's elite. I say Fulton's elite. Anyway, better not go up to the 126
No, I think he's right where he need to be.
because he goes with Bruce Carrington. Bruce Carrington's going to put him on ice. I think Shushu's going to put him on ice.
Yeah.
That is. See, I like what Showbiz said about Shushu. See, Shushu thinks this is 1956. Like nobody's told him that this is 2025. He's got that old school mentality. He doesn't know that he's in this era. That's the problem with Shushu. That's what makes him dangerous. He thinks he's in another era.
I hear that.
Okay.
That's cool.
You know. But I'm not gonna hold you guys up, man. But I just call up, show some love, man. Just talk to the
Appreciate
doctor,
it,
man. I know it's been a while.
Yeah, man. Call up some more
Yeah, you
next
got to
time.
call
man.
more often, brother.
Yeah, I definitely will, man. I'm gonna talk to you guys later, man.
All right.
All right, man. You take care of yourself, man.
And good luck
All
with
right,
the B
you too.
division.
Yeah, I will. I'll see it a little different. But
Yeah,
I'll see you later.
Definitely different. Definitely.
All right, peace out.
All right, now.
You ain't got all them straight lines like you do in the A division.
Yeah.
A division, everything you look on the map, everything is straight.
Straight.
The B division, you got swings.
All over the place.
All-
Yeah. All over the place. And much more lines.
Yeah.
in there, yeah.
We
we coming up-
interesting.
620.
Yeah, 627.
627. We coming up to the bewitching hour for us. And we enjoyed having you listening to us, taking the time. We're going to pass it around. Last words, Mongo?
We had a great show again, even though it's just us 3 old men. So yeah, see y'all guys next week. Hopefully we'll have a full house again.
Yeah. And thank you to all our listeners as always. We really do appreciate y'all, the callers, everybody. Thank you for the support. Love y'all. Have a great week.
And I'm going to second that. Enjoyed speaking to y'all, having y'all listen to us talk about the world of sports from these 3 old men here. We had a good time. I hope you had a good time. Hope it's not still raining. Put a dreary on your day. Enjoy the rest of your day.
She's telling y'all that?
Yeah, she told me that.
It's close to the end.
Yeah.